Hello, I am Gregory the Poor Typist, and welcome to another edition of Typewriter Club Live. We have a lot of people joining us today, and I suspect it has something to do with the special announcement. Yeah, so let's let some people in. I do want to remind you real quick that Type Pals is and always will be free. So if you have any interest in exchanging letters or postcards using your typewriter, feel free to join us at typepals.com. Yeah, very cool. And there we go. Yeah, I showed 10 people joining us so far. So usually, we start with two, three, maybe four. So this is pretty exciting. Oh, I see a very familiar face that we haven't seen in a long time. Anthony, how are you?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Very good, very
Hey,
good.
congratulations. Didn't you have an anniversary just recently?
It's coming up on
Oh,
the 17th.
okay.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. 17 years.
Everybody.
So
Wow,
yeah.
good for you, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so I will mention that the special announcement is coming up at 11 a.m. Pacific. So I understand that's like an hour away. So if you want to leave and come back a little bit later, that's okay. I understand. But I wanted to be sure and have the most people here for the announcement. So yeah, very cool. Let's see. Let me open up the YouTube chat. If I remember how to do that. There we go. So people on YouTube can feel free to comment and it'll appear on the screen there. Wow, we're already up to 15 people. That's crazy. Yes. Yeah, so Anthony, what have you been up to? We haven't seen you in a very long time.
Oh my God, I switched careers. I'm now I'm moving into my third career. I'm a director of a small library in Delaware,
Ooh.
and yeah, I'm back in graduate school. I'm getting my master's in library science. If there's any librarians out there, say hello. Thank you.
Hello.
I appreciate it. So yeah, I'm doing that and keeping busy. And
Very cool.
it's Sundays that I just never work for me, but I know my partner's away traveling on business, so I was able to do it this Sunday on Big Announcement Sunday.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Your
that's good
timing
to
is
see.
good.
Yeah, good to see you. I see a lot of names and new people that I haven't met before, but hello, nice to meet you guys.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
ladies, sorry.
And how is the writing going?
There's Katie. What's that?
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, I had a novel come out in 2022, and then I write every day. But I'm working on another novel. I'm gonna see how that goes and
Yeah.
see what happens. So, but
Excellent.
thanks for
Excellent.
asking. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. It's in one of your books. I don't remember the title offhand, but it's in my to be read
Oh, that's very
pile.
nice of you. Katie's holding it up.
Ah,
Thank
there
you
you
very
go.
much,
That's the
Katie.
one. Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Bill Guthrie that was originally raving about it, and so
Oh, that's
I
very kind
quickly
of you.
bought a copy. So
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
yeah,
Thank you for supporting small press writers, people. I appreciate it.
definitely,
So
definitely.
thank you
Very
for
nice.
sending this to me, but I kind of like that was the typewriter, I guess, to win this was my first ever typewriter.
Oh my, no kidding.
The gateway drug.
Yeah. I did. I had a yard sale last weekend, and so I put out a couple of typewriters, and it just was pouring, so nothing was going really well. So this young family comes up, and the boy was maybe, I don't know, 10, 11, and I gave him the typewriter, and the kid was like just beside himself with joy. And it was one of the best experiences I've had in quite some time, is to hand this kid a typewriter and say, you can you can have this as a hobby, or you can play with it, or you can just put it on your desk. It doesn't matter, but it's yours, and you get to play around with it and fool around with it. I think it was a Royal, oh gosh, what number was it? It's like the light blue ones, where you push the button and the hood comes up. I forget.
Oh,
the number.
Futura?
Deluxe.
Yeah, Futura. That's it. Yeah.
Futura. Okay.
So I thought it'd be cool for him. The key action is pretty forgiving. So I thought he'd really, imagine giving him like, an Underwood from 1920, get it to type. So, but yeah, he was very, very happy.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And what is the current status of your collection?
I'm, 40 typewriters and counting. I just I broke down, and I know they're not great typewriters, but I broke down and bought an Olivetti Valentine. I got a half decent deal. They're aesthetically pleasing, and I really like aesthetically pleasing typewriters. But I think in the past year I've bought at least 10, and I've sold a few. I do sell a few through Etsy, and I literally almost give away. I really undervalue and almost give them away. I say to people on my Etsy site that it's just like, sending my children off to be adopted by someone else. If you want to take care of these things, I'm going to give you a great deal. I just sold a Burroughs from 1931, pretty rare and super, super heavy, to a guy out in California, and he got it for a song.
Oh wow!
I had to buy a tub. I had to go to Lowe's and buy one of those tubs, the real industrial strength ones. So I packed it in there, locked it in this tub, put ties on the ends to lock it, and I actually shipped it to him that way, because otherwise there's no way. This thing was industrial size. It was about 27 inches wide. It was a monster. I don't know if you know the Burroughs, but these were these office. They were accounting. They made accounting machines, and they went into typewriters maybe once or 1 or 2 years. And I just happened to have one. So, but
wow,
probably Mr. Monk can probably tell you how long they were in business. I think it was only a couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah. So thank you for asking. I appreciate it.
Of course. And other than physically, was it difficult to part with that one?
No, the Burroughs. No, I bought it, and I kind of just because it was gorgeous, and I kind of thought, it's rare and all that kind of stuff, but I never really used it that much because it was a monster. I could put 8.5, 11, or 8.5 by, what's the long one? 14, 8.5 by whatever. I could put it lengthwise, and that's how big the carriage was.
Wow.
And I'm more of a medium to portable guy, because I like to take my typewriters places. So I just bought another Corona 3 folding one that actually works. This one kind of works, and I don't have to do too much to it. But most of my typewriters are sort of medium to ultra portable. I've got a couple of standards. I got a really nice standard the other day, the Smith Corona Super Speed. One of the cleanest machines I've ever purchased. If the person is on here, thank you, because I bought it from a guy in Albuquerque. So I'm wondering if he knows, our mutual friend, because this machine, I could eat off of it. It was so clean.
What?
Wow.
It's a beautiful, beautiful tank of a typewriter.
Yeah.
Did you buy it on eBay or what?
It was on, it was eBay.
What? Well,
I think it's like
John Lewis is in Albuquerque, so
maybe,
I wonder if it's like exceptionally beautiful. It's a John Lewis. That's his trademark. Is amazing.
Let me see if I'll see if I can find it.
Tell us the handle of the eBay guy, because it might be.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for it.
Monk is updating us in the chat about Burroughs typewriters.
Oh, thank you.
I think they only made the manual typewriters for like a year or two, though, because I think they went electric for quite a long time after. I have a Burroughs, and I have to say that the presence of them, and they're just handsome typewriters.
They are.
The one that I have was owned by a Burroughs technician. I sold it to I told a
Wow.
friend she should buy it. And I went and picked it up for her and gave it to her. And then I bought it back from her.
Oh,
They're just so pretty.
That's like I regretted years ago. Well, in a fit of sort of whimsy, I sold 2 of my Seafoam Hermes baby rockets for like dirt cheap. And I've tried to get back one was a, same quality. I finally got one, but boy, it took forever. And I really regretted selling them. Oh gosh, it might have been on Etsy actually.
so Ted says
Okay.
that they made manual typewriters between 1931 and 1940. So for 9 years. Yeah. And I believe typewriters in general, a couple years beyond that. Yeah,
Okay.
1942. So
Yeah, I knew it wasn't terribly frequent. They didn't last. They didn't. Oh, Tom Atkins was his name actually. Does anybody know Tom Atkins?
no.
That's who I bought it from.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure he's out in New Mexico or in Albuquerque.
Okay.
Yeah, this thing was. I think I had actually hearted it for quite a while. I think most of you know if you heart, the person will come and look at you and go, "Okay, let's give them a coupon or something." If you do that on Etsy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm Nevada. Not even close. Sorry.
Oh.
I'm a new American, by the way. I'm now an American citizen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a dual
Excellent.
citizen now of Canada and US, so I can
Very
vote.
good.
I'm waving a flag right now. You just can't see it. It's
Okay.
over there, actually, my flag.
Okay.
But I'm hogging all the time.
Well, Anthony, it's so good to see you.
Thanks, Gregory. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
Corbinian.
thanks,
Oh,
Mr.
yes, go ahead.
Monk. Thanks, Mr. Monk, for putting this stuff in there, the chat.
Yes. The provider of information. Corbinian, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. I'm not sure
Excellent.
if my headset is set up correctly, but I think you can hear me. I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, looking forward to your special announcement today. Yeah,
Excellent.
typewriter-wise, I bought another 3-bank Underwood yesterday from 1921. So yeah, it's my 10th now. So yeah, managed to snag it without getting over my $100 limit or
Yeah.
bar and
Budget.
budget. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, and currently I'm working on an Everest Model 90, the red one. You can see here.
Oh yeah. Let me make you
Great
big.
condition.
There's so many
Yeah.
people in the meeting that our pictures are very small. So there we
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. And it kind of matches your glasses.
Professor.
It matches my glasses. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Nice. And how is that one?
Great. It's in great condition. A few not type bars, but how do you say that? Keys, actually, yeah. Keys are a little
Yeah.
bent, so I need to fix a few, but nothing major. So just
Oh,
to
okay.
line them up correctly and minor stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was pretty lucky. And
I
the
don't think so.
Platen is not that hard yet. It is hard, of course, but it's still a little malleable. So probably was switched or exchanged. I don't know, maybe in the
Okay.
80s or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. And is there anything else new with you?
No. Yeah, I was sad that life took me away from the Type Health call. It was a pretty rough spring family-wise. I don't need to
Oh,
get into that, but yeah, I'm back.
that's good. That's good. Well, it's definitely good to see you again.
Likewise, yeah.
All right. Luke, how are you doing? It's been a little while since
Oh.
we've seen you.
Hello, everyone. I thought
Hello.
you have a special announcement, so I think I better stay up late,
Oh,
participate. It's midnight, 1 a.m. about
oh,
here in Taiwan.
yeah.
Yeah, typewriter-wise, I just finished a business trip to Netherlands for about 2 weeks, and during the weekend, I visit a few antique shops in Amsterdam, and I saw a few typewriters. Most of them are standards, European ones, Continental, a fair bit of Olympia, and a few others, but none of them are among my hunting list. So, but the price-wise, I think it's not too crazy. Of course, the condition was pretty poor, but for an antique shop, that the standard machine is like from 65 to 90 euros. So I reckon it's not too bad. I really have very limited time during the weekend, so I only get two shops. They actually have typewriters.
Okay.
So next time, maybe if I get a chance to visit again, because our my company, our Europe office is in Amsterdam, so it's actually in Lelystad, which is the big city next to Amsterdam. So I'll probably take a chance to visit more antique shops. Then I got a Hermes 2000 recently.
Oh, nice.
From overseas, and unfortunately, it suffered from a little bit of impact from the space bar side.
Oh.
It looks okay, but it actually made some damage internally.
Oh,
so
boy.
I'll try to figure it out when I get some time. It is actually my ninth Hermes. So I already have five babies before I returned to Taiwan. So those are from Australia. Then I got Hermes 3000 in Taiwan, and the recent Hermes 2000, and a Hermes Ambassador a while ago, and this and another plastic but orange color baby.
Yeah. I have that one.
Yes.
Very
so
good.
Gradually, it is now my biggest brand among my collections. So second one is Olivetti, which I have about 5 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and I also have an Oliver portable waiting. It is still in Australia, so I have to wait until it shipped over.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty much typewriter wise.
Yeah.
Very
good. Yeah, that's quite a few Hermes. I'm not sure how many our friend Susan has. I don't think I see her on the call here, but I know she has quite a few. So yeah. All right. Well, Luke, it is so good to see you.
Likewise.
And Katie, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I got my gallery wall hung up now, so it's hard to see everything with the light, but so I got my poster. So this one's a demonstrating Royal poster from the 1937 with the Victory model. And then I got my Boston Typewriter Orchestra screen print. And then I've got Bob Dylan typing. And I just really love, it's so inspirational because he's from Minnesota. I'm in Minnesota. And then I put up a silent sweep clock. And then I've got my Royal Candy advertisement. This one's an original acrylic painting, and it's got like texture. It's like a Chinatown. I really love it. And then these two up here are printouts from my friend Milton Juergens. He died, and he was a friend of mine in the typosphere. I actually sold him an Olivetti Valentine, and he had given those to me, and I never framed them. So these are all suspended from the ceiling, these like ceiling hooks. And so they're all suspended on wires. So I've got my my art hung up, and then I just got my typewriter shelf back from the art gallery where I had typewriters on display. So got just a few there, and then I've just been enjoying that. But show and tell, let's do this. All right, so I've been collecting typewriter lighters, and I wanted to show this.
Oh, cool.
So, all right, listen, this will blow your mind. I can't even right now. Okay, do you have any idea how big this is? Like, there's my hand. This is a Selectric Type Ball lighter, and so it's they would call this a table lighter. So it's amazing. This all plastic on the outside, and then this is an insert, and this is a Roncinal made in England insert, and this part is metal, and then this is plastic. So that's this just came from France. I got it yesterday, so I'm very excited. And then it does have.
What's the typeface?
What's the typeface? Somebody asked.
Oh.
So it's cool. I like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this one I got recently, and this one's really slim.
Oh, yeah.
Very
That's
slim. Look how tiny that
Ooh,
is.
nice.
That's
So
like
it's
1930s.
No, it's a 1950s because it's Royal advertising their electric, and then
Okay.
and it's also them advertising their no smudge twin pack Royal. They're kind of creepy glove hands, but so
Long
it's the brand is little Billboard, and then it's made in Japan. So that's cute, but this is amazing. This is my favorite. This costs as much as typewriters. It's an Olympia.
Wow.
It's an Olympia table lighter made by the KW company, which is they went out of business in 1972. So look at these sizes of these. They're huge. Like
you can't put that one in your pocket. It would hurt.
Yeah.
And so like you can see how big that is compared to that. So this was not advertised as the Olympia company. It just said Olympia lighter, and so these are my latest additions. So
Better take up smoking.
I was going to say, do you smoke?
No, I don't. It's a part of the culture. I mean, you have to have desk jewelry, and this is considered a table lighter. So this had to have been in a in an executive's office on a desk, So, but it's really cool because you can see the Olympia logo with the typewriter key on it. So, yeah, this costs a lot. I mean, it was almost $200. So that's a lot to spend on something like that. But I don't know if anybody else has one of these. So I just think it's cool. And I like it. I like metal stuff.
George Harrison grass.
Very cool.
Yeah. So getting my desk set up a little bit nicer and having some,
Oh,
cheerful things show up has kind of been fun. So other than
Yeah.
that, just been, I shared that the typewriter shop here in Minnesota is closing. There's two of them. One is Spectrum Business Systems, but the other one is Vale Typewriter in Richfield, Minnesota, and they were closing. So they're going to close in January. So anybody that's in the upper Midwest, it wouldn't hurt you to get up there and pick up some typewriters or get something fixed. And what's interesting is I asked Mark, because he's from Pine City, and I was like, oh, do you know this specific family? And he's like, I went to school with them. And I'm like, no way. So the world is a really small place, because I've known those people since I was a kid. And yeah, anyway, so yeah, that's it. Nothing else really too big going on here.
Well, those were very, very cool, and I think you have a few people probably going on eBay right now. So
That's fine. I already got it all.
I know. Well, thank you so
They're all
much,
good-
and it's so
they're all
good to see you,
gone.
Katie. Yeah, exactly. Brendan, how are you doing? You're busy, I see.
Hi. No, I'm really good. I was away
Excellent,
for
excellent.
a couple of weeks. I was had some shows out of town, and then last week on my way home from one of the shows on Sunday, there was somebody who passed away in his family. He was a typewriter mechanic for 40 years, and they said, "Do I want all of his typewriters?" And of course, I said yes. And I didn't know what I was getting. So I ended up picking them up last Sunday, and there's some cool ones. A couple of electrics that I'm giving away. Smith Corona 2200 and another one with a script type ball, but I'm gonna give those away. But I got what did I get? I got a Royal Deluxe, which was cool. And I got this one is kind of neat. I thought it was a Remington. Oh, I got a Remington Victory, which is it's like a Remington 3, I think, kind of. And then this one over here. This one's really cool. I'm looking for a rear cover for it. It's a Remington. It's interesting. There's a couple different names for it. It's electric, but it works. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a monster.
Yeah.
It weighs a lot, but it works. I was amazed that it worked. So, and I'm looking for a rear cover for it. Has a couple different names on the database, but it's 1950. And then this one here is it's The Simpsons. The Simpsons.
Wow.
It's a console, but by the serial number, it looks like it's a 232, but it's not a 232. So I'm just trying to figure out what it is. Kind of a neat color.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones I got I got a big Remington standard and a cool Underwood. It looks like an Underwood 5. Haven't really gone through them yet, but yeah, that was my big haul. I think I'm maxed out. I'm about 170 now.
Wow.
When you're stashing them in the house, then because this is my shop, so I gotta slow down on them. But I'm donating some to schools. I brought one up to my daughter's middle school, gave them one. Going to be donating some more to care centers, senior centers, elementary schools, stuff like that. Yeah, but cool. That's kind of all I got this week. And yeah, I'm working on them, keeping them alive.
Yeah. Well, those are some cool typewriters you picked up. So thank you
Yeah,
for
that
sharing
electric
those.
one is going to be neat. I was amazed that it worked. I just didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't expect it to work, but the back cover is missing, but nobody can see that really unless you're standing on the other side of it. So
yeah. And you checked the belt on that one? It's in good condition?
I haven't looked at the belt yet. All I did was plug it
Okay.
in, turn it on, and it typed.
Yeah.
So, oh, and along with these typewriters came a big box of parts, like new old stock, brand new
Ah,
stuff. I found
wow.
some belts for Smith Corona, brand new Smith Corona belts for the 6 series electrics. So which was cool. That was kind of but there's brand new stuff, all with the Remington part numbers or Royal part numbers and stuff. So haven't gone through every little container yet, but it's cool to get brand new parts. You don't see them very
Yeah,
often.
exactly. Yeah,
So
very cool.
yeah.
All right. Well, it's so good to see you, Brendan.
Yeah, thanks. It's good to be back.
Yes. And Ted, how are you doing? You're the master of typing on small pieces of paper.
Everyday carry notebook size.
Yes, exactly. Uh,
It works really well for my blog, so that's
yes. Yeah.
why I do that.
It's dual purpose.
Dual purpose, well, triple purpose, because it's it's easy.
Well,
to
yeah, exactly.
So what's up?
Exactly. That's my question for you.
You had a big announcement.
Boy, it's coming in about 29 minutes.
29 minutes. It's a time
Yes.
thing. Okay. Well, as you can see from my blog, I been doing a lot of time lapses, playing around with
Yeah,
the Canon Hack development kit and
very cool.
little Canon PowerShot cameras from thrift
Yeah.
store. And been messing around with making DVDs, of course, for the next. I've got Correspondence episode 13 done, and it's
Yeah.
a DVD version. So those of you getting close to there are due for one of those. Let's see. There's a lot of other stuff, but it's not very interesting. But
Oh,
I'm finally a typewriter hunter.
oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it took me forever, but I finally got on there. I'm really slow, but thanks for doing that.
Welcome.
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm
Everyone go.
finally putting some of my machines on there too.
I
You
saw
know,
that.
Yeah,
too.
It's a great idea because when you go to buy one or go to look or see, compare your what you have, and it's really great for that. So thank you for that, Mr. Monk.
You're welcome. I'm very happy to announce that we went over 18,000 submissions on the typewriter database for the galleries. So we've got
Wow.
lots and we're getting pretty close to 20,000. And that's really exciting because, 10 years ago, I wasn't really sure something like that would happen, but
Wow.
you kind of hope. And then now we're reaping the benefits of that. We're getting a lot of new information, being able to just line up all those machines in a, by serial number and theoretically date, and checking the features, and you can see it makes it a lot. It's another data point that's really important for actually filling out the serial numbers. And well, I mean, like this week, who was it? Somebody was asking about an Underwood 3 11-inch that had a serial number in the number 5 range. And so, you check the list and there wasn't anything there at the time. Essentially, the number 3 11-inches ended in 1929 with a 6-digit serial number. But the other carriage sizes, the number 3s, had a series jump to 3 million to match the number 5s in 1929 in August. And so he comes to me with this machine, and so I look through the database for the other galleries, and I see at least one other number 311 with a 3 million range serial number 2. And so I'm thinking about it, and it's like we're batting it back and forth, and it's Typewriter Minutes. That was who it was. And we're like, it stands to reason, obviously, that the number 311 series jumped at that same point in 1929, and these were 1930 machines, because you look at the features and they match the 1930 ones with the ribbon selector and the as a knob just behind the front shield instead of in front with that toggle switch. And so, being able to see those machines and compare it, we were able to make that logic deduction that the number 311 series basically probably followed the rest of the carriage sizes into the number 5 series in 1929. So, add another 3 columns to that thing, and it's because of these entries that we're able to make those logic leaps and fill out the serial number list. So now we have a more complete list for Underwood.
Yeah, exactly.
There's that story. That's how that works. So yes, put your machines in. It's very important.
Yes.
We need to see them.
No, it's all like little parts of a big picture.
Yeah, you're putting together a very large puzzle. And
yes.
We didn't have a whole lot of pieces back 10 years ago, but now we have a whole lot of pieces, and it's much more known.
Yeah,
that's kind of the point of the project.
Yeah, very cool.
Yay, we win.
Yeah. That is very exciting. 18,000, my goodness.
That's way to go.
Yeah.
Right. Help us get to 20.
Exactly. Yes. You have plenty of storage. You have plenty of storage, Ted?
Oh yeah, we got lots and lots of storage.
Okay, good.
I think we're at 40 gigabytes right now, as far as how many photos are in the database.
Yeah. Okay.
It's but we got
very
more.
Cool.
Is there a prize, Ted, for when you hit 20?
Leather jackets for all of us.
I will karaoke for you, I guess. I'll show you a film of karaoke. My only karaoke experience.
Oh wow. Ted doing karaoke.
What was that?
Oh, I said Ted doing karaoke.
Yep. I've done it once.
Yep. Okay.
On film.
Wow. Are there any regrets?
I don't know. No. I mean, karaoke is karaoke.
Good. Yeah. You were in the band after all.
Yeah, but I didn't sing.
True, but
guitar strummer.
Yeah.
Guitar torturer, I guess.
Oh. Oh, excellent. Well, it's so good to see you, Ted.
It's good to see you too. I'm eagerly await your announcement.
Yes.
Yes.
What were those, Corbinian?
Oh, nice.
Oh, the buttons. Yes.
The buttons. Yeah. Mesmerizing.
It doesn't want to focus, but yeah, we recognize those. Very cool.
And the nunchucks there.
Yeah. Excellent. Robert, how are you doing?
Hello. Good evening. I'm fine. I'm also very curious about your announcement. 23 curious people here waiting for your announcement that you are pregnant or whatever. I don't know. Of course, no, it's always nice to see you. Well, sorry to say, I have nothing really interesting new to report, but that's not the case, always to present something new. It's just to sit here and listen to you and get all the information from others. So I'm just fine. I'm eating some sunflower seeds, so don't be curious about my eating, because this is quite okay, because it's better than eating a pizza. A pizza is not so well for the evening, as we have evening here.
Yes.
No, the only thing I'm just doing is I make some cardboard labels for my boxes, for my typewriters, so that I know what's in the box, because when you have so many of them, you don't know about it. And so it's a bit work, and I like this with this cord with kind of vintage. So But no, nothing really new to say. As we were just talking about lighters, so but it's not a typewriter related one. It's one from the 50s, a Ronson. Someone gave it
Ooh.
to me, but the gasket is not okay, so I would have to exchange. It doesn't keep the gasoline in there,
Oh,
but it's
yeah.
just a beautiful thing, a piece of time, and so it's just nice. Nice English design. I think it's from England, Ronson.
Okay.
But I'm not smoking, so I don't need it.
Yeah. It
always a
makes
problem.
nice sparks though.
Yeah, that does work. Really great
There
for
you go.
lighting bombs or whatever you can light
Yeah.
with it. Oh, not the
Molotovs.
best. Molotovs, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there must be any task for these lighters. And even I like the
Endless.
Zippo lighters, but I don't, as I said, I don't smoke. So with Zippo lighters, you can do many of these little tricks, how to light
Yeah.
them with snap on, snap up, and flap, flap, flap. And so I used them earlier as I was kind of a juggler to enlighten my torches for juggling, but that's a long time ago. No, so nothing really serious to report. So if I'm sorry about it, but I
No, that's
don't
okay.
want to bother you with any talking about things I don't want to talk about.
Oh.
So I'm just listening to you, and if I have something important to say, I will raise my arm and say, no,
Definitely.
everything. Or we should think about today's German phrase, but I will think about it, and then we can
Okay.
do some German later, if it's requested or not. It doesn't matter to me.
Yes, yes.
Okay, just before
But
we had some hassles with the cats here, but now I think it's peace again. They had a bit cat fight, and
oh.
now they're ignoring each other. You know how it is with cats. Okay, so always, thank you very much for having us here. And I'm preparing, Gregory, a letter for you. So I
Oh.
hope you will have just written it. So normally, often I write a letter and then it stays on my desk and it stays on my desk, and then okay, I have to put a stamp on and bring it to the mailbox. So be patient.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
will.
that's all for now.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Robert.
Yeah. And I'm waiting for the announcement.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Okay.
Let's see. So I know several people in here do the postcard exchange or have typed on postcards. So Anthony in the comments is asking if anybody has any tips on typing on postcards or specific labels that they use. You know, Joe Van Cleve is an expert at that.
Yeah, I'm almost thinking I should go back and look. Maybe he has a video on it or something.
He does, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, of course he's nearing 300 typewriter episodes, isn't he? So you'll
Oh,
have to do
wow.
some digging.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a lot. So yeah. Very cool. Let's see here. Diane, what are you up to? I like interrupting people when they're doing things.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out why this machine, I press the tab key and it acts more like the space bar.
Oh, interesting.
No, it really isn't.
Oh,
It's actually kind of a pain.
oh. Yeah, I don't think you want your tab working like the space bar. So does the
No,
space bar work like the tab?
no, it doesn't. It works like it's no, the space bar works fine, but the
Okay.
tab, I'm not sure. There's something going on with it. I don't know if this model needs the rubber whatchamacallits. Yeah, the word escapes me. The little rubber shims or not. I don't see any in there in the first place. I mean, it's an Olympia portable, but I don't know about this model.
Yeah.
I don't know if it needs it or not. Given that I don't see any melted pieces of rubber in there anyhow.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, are you gonna show us a typewriter?
I am.
Excellent, excellent. We like to see typewriters.
You like to see typewriters. Let me
It's
get
become
it
a hobby
out
of mine.
Like Greg, she's keeping us in suspense.
I know, huh? Only about 15 more minutes, so bear with us. Yeah. I have two sleeping cats here on the couch next to me. Here comes the big unveil of Diane's. She's hugging the typewriter.
Sorry.
Oh, nice.
Smith Corona. Quiet Deluxe.
Super silent. Super with the
Super
victory
silent, yeah.
stripes.
Oh yeah, with the stripes.
It is
Yeah.
actually
Is that
blue, but the light makes it look green, and I haven't actually.
Yeah, it looks green.
No, it's
Pistachio
blue.
almost.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
The light does not do it any justice. It's like, I don't know. That
That's
light
still green.
doesn't help it either. But anyway,
Yeah.
outside it looks blue.
I think the space bar, you can pick up a little more of the blueness on the space bar there.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I've got a brown one of those tan kind of tan.
Oh,
color.
yeah.
I mean, I have a green electric
Oh, yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, you can see it.
There's just it's when I'm outside in natural light, you can see that it's blue, but in here, in the cloudy light that it is, and I have not cleaned this yet. I haven't gotten that far, and it's got a bunch of keys sticking, so it needs some maintenance as well.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna set that down for a minute. I also picked up this ad.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Smith Corona typewriter service. So I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Something different. It's just a different Smith. It's still Smith.
Very cool. Since you showed that, I might as well show my this is not the I purchased a book specifically for the cover. Let's see, let me spotlight myself, and well, that should probably be fine. Yeah, I bought it specifically for the cover, partially for the title and partially for the author, but
Looks like trout fishing in America, psychedelics.
yeah.
Oh,
I saw this cover. Someone
Harlan
on,
Ellison. Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Did not know that.
Someone on YouTube was showing a coffee table book that had old book covers in it, and he was just flipping through, and this one immediately caught my eye because I noticed the typewriter there, and then I saw the the title, and then I saw the author. I was like, oh well, I have to buy it, so I bought it. It's a rough copy of it, but that's okay. I don't mind. I just love that artwork.
Then
Anyway.
IBM's electric.
Uh,
Looks
no.
electric-y.
It has a carriage return lever.
Oh,
So, yeah. Anyway, that's that.
Ken asked me what typeface the Silent Super is. It's Elite.
Ah. That's one of my preferred, actually. Yeah. I love me some Elite. And Diane, is there anything else new with you?
No, there's nothing else new with me.
Okay, excellent. Well, it's so good to see you, and of course, as always, we like your shirt.
Yeah, my cats have started poking holes in it. I think
Oh no!
I know it's like they nailed the corner of the typewriter a couple weeks ago. I'm like, seriously, cats, this is pissing me off.
Check out Curry's shop. I don't know. I can't the name of it off the top of my head, but Maplewood or something like that.
Willow Creek.
He's got Willow Creek. Yeah, he's got great t-shirts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got this. I got this one as a prize in one of the virtual Herman's typing contests a couple of years ago.
And remind us of the category that you were in.
Ancient, antique, difficult.
You were the machine.
Oh.
I'm far away enough. I can't get hit.
The machine, yeah, Anthony, definitely the machine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, my speed typer is an 1899 Smith Premier 4. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Blind writer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's probably one of the few that actually does have a name, even if it's speed typer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. It was so good to see you, Diane.
You too.
Dwayne, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. So I think there was a handful of folks there that wasn't here last week. And I'm Dwayne from St. Pete, and relatively new, past year or so into collecting typewriters, and I have around 29 machines. So I do have something, Gregory, real quick. I know you got something coming up here important to announce, but I have an update on Sunken Gardens and the great event that I was brought up last week. So we actually are looking at much sooner than April. We are set a date on the calendar here at Sunken Gardens in the city of St. Pete for October 15th. That's a Sunday. For those of you that are not familiar with Sunken Gardens, we're historical botanical gardens here in the city of St. Pete. It's over 100 years old. We do a handful of large festivals a year that bring out 3,000 to 5,000 people in a Sunday afternoon. And so we're anticipating this event to be a success as well. So I've got a handful of nonprofits scheduled to meet with this coming Wednesday. I'm meeting with, I'm not going to bring up their names yet until we have commitments, but some other organizations that we're partnering with. We're looking at we have a production team with the city of St. Pete doing a promotional video that'll go out to social media and kind of get the word out on a national level that we're hosting this year in St. Pete. So I'll keep you updated. It's going to be very exciting. And of course, like I said last weekend, you guys are all invited.
Excellent. That's very exciting. And boy, that really got moved up. Excellent. Very cool. Well, it's so good to see you, Dwayne.
You too. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And I see a new face with us, Charles Judd. How are you, Charles?
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, this is the first time I've actually watched one of the chat groups here. So far, so good. And
excellent.
I'm up here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I joined your group in around February 11th, I guess. So did some typing yesterday on my Smith Corona Special Sterling. So my fingers are a little tight today, but yeah. I like Diane's Olympia there too. I was looking at that. I have an Olympia SM7 as well. So good type.
Okay.
I'm afraid I can't help with the rubber knob thing problem that she was dealing with there, because I'm not really mechanically inclined with typewriters. I'm just more of a user end. So
Me too.
yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to hear. So no, why I love typing on them. So and then I have a couple of Selectrics, and I think that's it. I think I had more. I can't remember now. Yeah. So anyway, it's nice to listen in and
Yeah.
people and hear what's going on there. So
Yeah. And what do you most often use your typewriters for?
usually letter writing, but was it one of your people said that he was writing a novel, and
That was Anthony.
Anthony, yeah,
Yes.
that I would like to get back to writing fiction and writing short stories. So it was inspiring to hear what Anthony had to say there. So
Feel free to shoot me an email. I'll send you it in the chat. If anybody wants, I used to be a professor of creative writing, so I taught it for 20 years. So you're more than welcome to. I'll send you a note.
That's an awesome contact.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll write that down.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
that means now I'd have to be disciplined and sit down and do the work. So I don't know about that. I have done it before. I took part in the a few years. I took part in the National Novel Writing contest and managed 50K once or twice, I think. So
Okay.
it was probably just a bunch of bull, but it was 50K. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Okay, thank you.
And sorry if I missed it, but do you have a favorite typewriter in your collection?
Right now, I really do like the Smith Corona Sterling Special. The SM7 is fun, but the keys are just a little bit stiff, so I shy away from that. I also have an old Brothers Accord 10. That's actually a pretty easy and fun typewriter to work on too. But I like the stability of the Smith Corona, I think, a little bit more. So
very cool.
Yeah, and the Selectrics, of course, are good for if you just want to type something really fast. So
yeah, excellent, very cool. Well, it's so good to see you.
Well, thank you.
And I hope you join us again. I have to step away for a brief moment.
Okay.
But feel free to talk amongst yourselves.
He's going to get us some ice cream.
No, I think that special announcements, the movie rights, the Type Pals movie.
He's prepping for it. So the guesses are a baby.
And I'm finally putting some machines on the database.
Excellent.
Oh gosh, what are they? What other? He's got a prop, so
he's got a prop or something. He shut off his camera. Oh boy!
Shut off his camera.
Let's see. It's going to be a big. He's going to do a full screen.
Reveal. Maybe he's going. Maybe he's transhuman and he's got a new cyborg arm or something.
Or he's going to unzip his face and it's going to be.
Yeah. Diane, what was that you were showing? What were you holding up?
That is, I have a boroscope shoved, well, not shoved, but it's looking underneath the carriage of this Olympia SM7. Oh. I'm trying to see what's going on.
It looks like some kind of crazy vintagey black and white looking metropolis sort of thing. It's like, what are you showing?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm mystified as to why this tab is acting. It's like I press the tab and only moves one space, and there's no. I think I've got most of the tabs clear, and it's bugging me.
But it's not when you hit your space bar, right? Is that what you said? You hit your space bar and it tabs?
It acts like a space bar.
No, the space bar works fine. No, I'm just
okay.
This boroscope to try and diagnose what's going on.
Well, your rubber bushing looks fine, so It's not that.
No.
Sounds like a doctor's appointment. Horoscope.
We're all
Thing.
telemedic.
Your bushing looks fine.
Yeah, we're all telemedics.
Oh, somebody's
is
going
that?
crazy.
What did you call me?
I'm the guilty one.
I actually just got my Hermes 2000 back from the shop, so it's
Oh.
on. Yeah.
Ah,
Kinda
there we
glad.
go. There he is.
Yay! Oh, look at that lovely T-shirt. Oh my God, we were just talking about T-shirts. Nice.
Nice.
I like the design. And we're grateful you're wearing pants.
Yeah. Oh,
That's one of us.
yes. And then the actual special announcement. Hello, Curry and Becky.
Oh, the
God.
anticipation.
We
Yeah.
we picked like school children for about 4 months, so
So some of you might know that in the last couple of years, I've done some summer camp T-shirts and stickers. Just kind of, it started off as a joke, honestly. To say, oh, what if we did a typewriter summer camp? And I put a few T-shirts out there, and some of you bought them. And then last year, people started saying, "Oh, are you going to do an actual summer camp? There really should be an actual typewriter summer camp." So we've been kind of busy this year. Not only the fact that some of you might know that I have another business, an aviation consulting business that's starting to take off, pardon the pun. But yeah, we've been busy the last couple of weeks doing trade shows and conferences, and the last few months we've also been working on bringing to you Typewriter Summer Camp. So we've been crazy busy. But we're super excited to announce that we're doing Typewriter Summer Camp 2023, Typewriter Surf Camp. And we hope that many of you will join us to do actual Typewriter Summer Camp this year.
so to kick it off, we have a little video presentation from Larry Presnell.
So we've worked up a Typewriter Summer Camp song, and then Larry so graciously put music to it, and we've had it stuck in our heads for like weeks trying to keep this under wraps, but it was so awesome. So we'll turn things over to Larry. We've got our music, but we'll let Larry lead us in the Typewriter Summer Camp or Surf Camp song.
I'm trying to make sure I carry I've got my surfboard right here, and I got my typewriter. Yeah, I've got my typewriter, I got my guitar. All right. Surfing on the waves, typewriter by my side, tapping at a beat as the ocean takes me for a ride. The salt air in my lungs, the sun up on my skin. There's nothing quite like this. I feel alive within. Surfing and typing, two worlds collide. The rhythm of the ocean, the clicking of the keys inside. With each wave and each line, we find our flow. Surfing and typing, and letting creativity grow. The surfboard beneath my feet, the typewriter on my lap, the perfect balance found in this unlikely match. As I ride the swells, words fill onto the page, the story of my adventure, written in each new wave. Surfing and typing, two worlds collide. The rhythm of the ocean, the clicking of the keys inside. With each wave and each line, we find our flow. Surfing and typing, and letting creativity grow. The beauty of the ocean, the power of the sea, the inspiration that it brings sets our riding free. The thrill of the ride, the joy of creation. This is the magic of our surfing and typing combination. Surfing and typing, worlds collide. The rhythm of the ocean, the clicking of the keys inside. With each wave and each line, we find our flow. Surfing and typing, and letting creativity grow. Surfing and typing, worlds collide. The rhythm of the ocean, the clicking of the keys inside. With each wave and each line, we find our flow. Surfing and typing, letting creativity grow. Surfing and typing, and letting creativity grow.
Yay, thanks to
Wow.
Larry.
Now,
Yay.
Thank you. Hey, I'll tell you something. If you want to record this, because I've tried to sing with people on Zoom before, you can't do it because we're both off because there's a little lag. So when I'm singing, then there's a lag. So it's not going to, it sounds, funky. Yeah. If you want me to record it again by myself, I'll do it right now. Just saying.
Well, Larry, we've got your full video. Larry's done the video with and without him singing.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So we're sharing that in the Typewriter Summer Camp Facebook group. So
very cool.
What you need to do to be part of Typewriter Summer Camp. So we've got kits. So the kits are $49.99 Canadian. That's like what, $10 US?
Yeah.
So this gives you your kit. Everything you need to participate in Typewriter Summer Camp, no matter who you are, you do it at your own pace. It's 5 days of camp that you can do wherever you are, no matter where you are this summer. This is full of typing challenges, recipes, crafts and activities, and more. It's 24 pages.
And the lingo is very groovy and surfy, and it's just hilarious. You have to do it. Like, it's
fun.
It is so good.
So I hope that code isn't important.
This is just if you,
I just saw that code
part
too.
of the Facebook group. If you want to join the Facebook group, you don't have the Facebook component.
There was
and
no weed involved. Was there? I'm just kidding.
No, that's next year.
But if you come to Minnesota, it's legal now.
Right. I'm in Delaware.
It's legal here.
Maryland, it's legal. So
Ontario's legal.
In Portland, you can't walk a half a block without
smelling it.
pot
Right.
shop.
Yeah. Jazz cabbage. Love it.
Jazz cabbage.
But all the Typewriter Summer Camp stuff, the kits, the shirts, stickers, postcards, you name it, it's all live on willowcreektypewriters.com now. And we even have drawstring bags that you can carry around no matter where you're going.
You have kids that would rather not go to real camp, but you need them busy, just send them to camp.
Ages 8 and up, basically. Obviously, you have to be 13 or older to be in the Facebook group.
We can do it, but we'll have the Facebook group open until September 23rd, the Canadian summer. And I'll slowly post each activity and prompts so people, if they want to share, they can. If not, they don't have to, or you can just watch the group. Or you can just do it all by yourself or at grandma's park.
So if I understand correctly, it's kind of going to be asynchronous, meaning, people can participate at their leisure.
Yeah.
Like if you say, I don't want to do day 1 activity 1, you could do day 5, you could do day 3, it doesn't matter. Or if there's something you don't want to do right now, skip past it and move on to the next thing.
That is so cool.
As little as you want, it doesn't matter. And like I say, in the Facebook group, we'll have Larry singing the camp song. And you can also, if you're part of camp, you can download the lyrics and the chords. And what we're doing is, we know we have a lot of musical people besides just Larry in our typewriter world. So you have the opportunity to sing along with Larry and record your own track of the Typewriter Summer Camp song and share it back with us. And then at the end of the summer, we're going to put all these together in a big, huge Typewriter Summer Camp song compilation that we'll share in September. So,
That is
so
so
you're
cool.
guitars, whatever
Or your
your whatever your
harmonicas,
instruments
your
are, we know there's
ukuleles.
lots of you. So
Yeah. You're gonna have to
Wow.
learn to sing off tempo a little bit and change it up a little as you go. I'm just
We'll
kidding.
do an AC/DC version.
Good, That's,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that's what we need, Brandon. Yeah.
Get the whole band in on it.
Hey,
There
Larry,
you go.
Larry, are you going to start your tour in October in Florida?
You know, I haven't got the tickets yet, but if somebody sends me the ticket, yes. And when? Yes.
Cool idea. Very, and we can go onto your website and
It's live.
put a link to it.
yeah,
Actually,
willowcreektypewriters.com. It's all live on there right now. So go check it out. And yeah, we hope to see you at Typewriter Summer Camp.
The
Very
kits
cool.
come directly from us, like here. So just you have to add individual postage to your wherever you're mailing it to, and the gear or the sweaters just go right direct shipped to you guys.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
That's how we managed to send some people t-shirts ahead of this. You see, Gregory and Larry got shirts, which we just put it in the computer and said send it to them, and we didn't have to do anything. So
yes,
yeah.
And for those of you that want the most comfortable, the heather, and if it says heather gray or heather whatever, that is the most comfortable material. We've had our shirts, other shirts by them over 2 years, and they wash really, really well. Okay.
Awesome.
That's good to know.
Well,
I was
we actually kind of did a pre-launch of summer camp. It was yesterday. We were doing we were participating in the Wellington County Writers Festival.
Oh yeah.
In I think it's near Fergus, Ontario, between Fergus and Elora here in southwestern Ontario. So lots of writers. So we brought all the Typewriter summer camp stuff and we're showing it off. We had lots of people through trying out typewriters. So the first time we've done something like that. But yeah, that was a result of the type-ins that we did last year. And people started reaching out to us, so we didn't have to do the library one or this Writers Festival one this year. They approached us, so we weren't going to do anything at the beginning of the year. Said we're going to be too busy. We're not going to do anything this year. But you know, they reached out to us, and then we also had the Ontario Typewriters Guild, our first meeting back in March. We'll do another one in the fall sometime. Of trying to get other typewriter collectors and enthusiasts in Ontario together and to meet up. So yeah, there's lots on the go. And like I say, we just got back from doing a trade show and a conference the week before, and a trade show this past week for my aviation business. So we're pretty pooped. But
and happy anniversary.
Yes, thank you.
Happy anniversary.
You want to come and do it? Typewriter event on your anniversary? Okay, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yesterday, but yeah.
Very cool. That is very, very exciting, Curry and Becky. So
yes, we were seeing this people speculating, oh, will there be a Type Pals movie?
I'm not pregnant, for the record. There may have been a scare. I am not. I'm cool. Because it's funny somebody saying that. I'm like, no. He only bought a Hermes baby. Does that count?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
well, it's
settled down now. Now we got Type Summer Camp going, but no more trade shows and conferences. I got other stuff I got to do, but I got to get caught up on my letter writing back to people, and just everything's been kind of on the back burner so far this year, it seems. But you know, client machines to get back to and stuff like that. But good to have all this done and launched. And yeah, we hope that you'll join us and participate and play along with Larry for summer camp.
I may try my hand at that, actually.
It's going to be wickedly
Kazoo,
hilarious.
harmonica, whatever you've got.
Yes, so
cool.
Oh, that's funny.
1, 2, 3, 4. Surfing and time into worlds collide. The rhythm of the ocean, the clicking of the keys inside. With each wave and each line, we find our flow. Surfing and typing, and letting creativity grow.
Very cool. Oh man.
Anyways, thanks for letting us do this, guys.
Yeah, thanks everyone
Of
for
course.
joining for our
Thanks.
announcement. And I know you haven't seen me in a while or seen us in a while. It's been a few weeks since we've been on the group, but yeah, that's why we've been just so crazy busy. So
It sounds like it, definitely. But yes, it's definitely good seeing you guys again. And we are excited for summer surf camp.
yeah,
Surf typewriter camp. Summer typewriter surf camp 2023. I had to check the wording there.
One
yes,
thing,
that is so awesome.
one thing
Yes,
I can
William?
say about the Typewriter Summer Camp gear is I was at the Calgary Gun Show on the Easter weekend, doing walking up and down the aisles. That I saw a Typewriter Summer Camp 2022 on a person, so I just grabbed the sleeve. It was Sean Bolly.
That's funny.
Oh, that's great.
I guess Canada's a small world.
Just wouldn't want to paint it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, larger landmass, you're right.
It must not be too small because we're getting smoked out down here in North Carolina.
Yeah, right. Second largest
yes.
country in the world, actually.
Yeah,
Geographically.
behind Russia.
Wow, yeah.
Geographically, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
But we all know Canadians, even if we live in the U.S., we all know each other, right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, there's a saying that out here in Alberta, there are no strangers. They're the only friends you haven't met yet.
Yes, I used to live in Calgary. I worked for CBC Calgary
Okay.
for about a decade, actually, out there.
Okay.
So, yeah, good old cow
Very
town.
cool. Excellent. All right. Again, it's so good to see you guys, and I'm excited for summer camp. So
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks for giving us the time. And I guess we don't
course.
have to answer what's new with us. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, you've been busy. Excellent. Let's see. Is Daniel there? Daniel's thumb typing. What's that about? What's thumb typing?
Yeah,
On his
I'm trying to
phone.
be the first one. I'm trying to be the first one to order my kit.
Oh,
I'm-
that is so
I'm
cool.
on-
I already
I'm on-
got mine. I just
Oh.
ordered it.
Okay, but maybe like after the announcement. Let me just say after the announcement, the first one to buy it as a result of the announcement, and
Oh.
that's great news. It's great news, guys. It's fantastic. I really. Oh, I'm gonna turn maybe on my camera on my other face.
Oh, can't see your face, Ken.
Okay,
There
here
we
we go.
go.
No,
There
but
you are.
I had coffee with Daniel all the way out in Ottawa last year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you see, it's the same province, but it's long distance. It's a very
Like 8 hours, 7.5
8-hour drive. So yeah, when we say it's a small country, it's not so small. But yeah, it's fantastic. I love the idea. It's great concept. Just the idea itself of having like some kind of assignments, but not assignments, but like some. It's like a parcours. You know, like when we talk about going from place to place, or and then it's a little bit like that. It's a bit like a trip, and you have to do different things, and you do it at your own rhythm, and just the whole thing is a great concept. I just love it, guys. Thank you very much. So thank you so much. So you'll get. I was in the middle of ordering, but you'll get my order soon.
We'll get stuff out in the mail this week. Don't
But
worry.
this means that I actually have to try my hand at typing. So I said if we-
Oh.
I have to try the activities, and I'm like, oh, you guys, I'm a terrible typist because I can't spell. So it's gonna be interesting.
She's been trying out all the machines that gradually like just give me the next one, just try them all out.
I just do the quick brown fox sentence and what it was I typed on in the year, and it's like, oh man. And I make notes if I liked it or the sound or the feel of it, but some of it's pretty brutal.
No, it's so good. I was showing on that camera something else that I got, and it's from whoa, the other way. Ocean View Typewriters in Nova Scotia, another Canadian province, and it's Rachel Spence, and she's doing those buttons, and this is actually a letter 22, which is the same as my letter 22. And she has a bunch of buttons on Ocean View Typewriters. So I'm just saying, if you're going to do Typewriter Summer Camp, get a button of your preferred typewriter. She's got like a great number of them already done. Order your button and wear it on your t-shirt. And that's going to be like putting you in the mood. So that's another great initiative from a typist, but she fixes typewriters. I mean, she gets them and she cleans and repairs and then she sells them out of Nova Scotia. And I think she's a professional writer herself, but that's not her business, but it's just a side business. I mean, it's not her main business, but I thought I'd plug that in. But I started putting that at the beginning of this meeting, not knowing there'd be like this announcement, what the announcement was going to be. I just was going to, when my turn would come, just talk about the button. I don't want to undercut the Typewriter Summer Camp. I just want to add to it, right? It's not taking anything away from the great initiative that is the Typewriter Summer Camp, but it's just to talk about the buttons. So I just love it. And I'm actually typing a letter now to one of our type pals. So while I was waiting for the announcement, and it's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Cool. Thank you for being here, Daniel. It's good to see you.
It's good to see everyone too. Like it was a big 24 people turnout, I think. Plus I don't know how many on YouTube.
Yeah, I haven't been able to keep track, but I was focused on my role as as the secret bearer.
Did you guess a little bit, Gregory?
I really had no idea. I had no idea what to expect.
And Larry just made a note that it's 39 for the folks in the US. That means it's 50 Canadian. So whatever you guys convert down to.
Yes.
And we ship around the world. So yeah.
Nice. Oh, Corbinian is order number 1126. Oh, that's awesome. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Have we met Monica Barnes before? How are you?
I'm good. I think I have been on maybe about a year ago, maybe even longer. Life got in the way, and non-typewriter stuff. But my husband and I think probably the last time I spoke with you, my husband hadn't jumped in to the pool yet, and he jumped in with both feet, and he's like the older, more expensive typewriters, and we're up to 70 some now, and we are formulating a nonprofit to lend out typewriters in the community to schools and creative writing workshops that are around here. We did a senior center lunch and learn session Friday, and Monday I just changed my career after 30 years in financial services to be a preschool teacher. So I brought 5 typewriters in for 3-year-olds, some of the less valuable and sturdier typewriters. They had a ball. The seniors had a ball. We had a gentleman there who was thrilled to see a typewriter from 1931 because that's the year he was born. And I mean, we went to our very first type-in. We've been looking for type-ins in the area, and they're all, left coast and out of our range. But the Cincinnati type-in was 7.5-hour drive, and Memorial Day, we just took a day off, rented a minivan, and drove out there. It was awesome. It was great. We had a fantastic time. and got some ideas for partnering with, some people in this area. I've already talked to our local museum and our local library. So hopefully something will pan out. Also, we had somebody attend. He didn't look like a senior, but I said, I don't look like a senior either. And he was a little younger than me, but he collects typewriters, and he is right in our city, a mile away from me. So he put us onto a Facebook group, Mid-Atlantic Typewriter Collectors, which I don't do Facebook, but my husband does. So we're hooked up with them now, and I think we'll probably find more events through that channel. Yeah, so we've had just a lot of activity recently.
Where are you located?
Sorry, did somebody say where do I live? In Fairfax, Virginia, Northern Virginia, right outside of DC.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Well, that is very cool.
Yeah.
And commendable. My goodness, starting a nonprofit organization. Wow.
Well, it'll just be simple, and I think it's just I've approached a couple places about talking and looking, and they're like, "Are you a nonprofit? What do you have? What's your structure?" And I don't have any of that, so I just figured it'd be a little easier if we had a simple structure, and then with my household budget, separating the household budget, and I also said, we have 70 typewriters in our house. And I asked my homeowner's insurance, and they're like, yeah, it'll be expensive. You have to get them, evaluated. And then we have to, and if you have a business or a nonprofit, it's easier to do it attached to that. So I don't know how it'll all work out, but we're starting down the road.
Yes, yes.
How do you all do that? Do you insure your typewriters that are in your house?
No.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's a lot of money, right?
Yeah, it is actually. It is. Now, I was wondering, is there or will there be a way for people to donate to you?
I hope so. We just I just signed up with GoDaddy for a domain that was actually available. Our typewriter guy is oddly enough in Boston. We haul our typewriters up there. I have family up that way. So Cambridge Typewriter, Tom Furrier, I was talking to him about this, and I thought maybe go type or go and type, and he immediately said the GO could stand for get out and type. And it was like a brilliant flash of creativity. And so I applied for getoutandtype.org, and it was available. So I just got that, and I think I set up the email, but now we have to get the website set up. So yeah, I mean, it's sort of just working out in stages, but yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't know, like when we went to the Cincinnati Type-In, we had we weren't sure how type-ins worked. Like we were just completely novice at this, and we have 3 that we were willing to part with. And so we thought, well, can we offer these for sale to people? Because there were people who came in who didn't have typewriters, and which, how weird is that, right? Not having a typewriter. But he said, yeah, anything goes. Just go ahead and see what works. So an attendee there wanted to buy one, and my husband said, why don't we just, and he's in the museum industry, he builds exhibits. So he's like, why don't we just donate the proceeds, like let her pay the museum? And I was like, that's fine. And then nobody wanted the other 2. So I was like, well, if we were willing to part with them and we were going to donate anyways, why don't we just donate the machine? So we did donate the 2 there. So I feel like there is some sort of money thing that's happening with us, and I'm just not sure what it is yet. But yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's very exciting, though. Yeah, and if we can help out in any way, just let us know. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, we got to meet Richard Polt. Actually, he autographed the book that we bought from him, and he did say that to Monica and Steve, the best typewriter people in the world. I told him to say that, but he wrote it, so it must be true. Yeah, so it was good. Oh, and there was also a guy there who wrote the newspaper article on Richard Polt from sometime, like, I don't know what it was. I can't remember his name, but he brought a cordless Smith Corona, It literally said cordless up on it, and he had this power pack, and he had some sort of knowledge about him where he made a USB to a solar power, and he
Oh, wow.
demonstrated that. It was pretty cool. I have some video of that if you want me to share it. I don't know how to share a video yet, but it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Wow, that is very cool.
Yeah.
A solar powered typewriter.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Excellent. And forgive me if I missed it, but how many typewriters are in your collection?
More or less 70. We have a couple duplicates for parts. And then we just picked up a couple at thrift stores that we don't think we'll keep, but we'll haul them to Boston, and Tom usually cuts something off our bill, you know,
Yeah.
credit. Yeah.
And is there a favorite in your collection?
Well, I like my Hermé 2000. It's 1939, so it's the square on top with the, and I don't have it. I couldn't find it. The one I have in my lap right now is my 1940 Baby S. I don't know if you can see it. It doesn't have a carriage return, which Tom tells me that's the way it was built. I thought it was just missing one, but it's got a Hungarian keyboard.
Oh, yeah.
With, yeah. So, and it's got a nice sticker on it. All the typewriter people seem to like the sticker. So, yeah, it doesn't have the gull wings. When I was at the Cincinnati Type-In, Richard Polk brought his Gossin Tippa Pilot, which has the gull wings, and I typed on it, and that's my favorite. I don't own one, but that's probably my favorite typewriter I've ever actually typed on. So, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It looks like your Hermes Baby still has the original spools. Am I correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. That
excellent.
right there is kind of like finding a 1936 Mercedes Roadster that still has the original wire spoke wheels.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got this on eBay, and I was willing to pay more than I usually pay for typewriters because this was just on my list of things I wanted.
Mhm.
And even though I was looking for the gull wing, that was like my thing. And I was like, it's $60, and I think it was $90 shipping because it came from Hungary. And I just crossed my fingers that the shipping would be, and everything worked out just great. And I feel like I got a great deal. So, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, and is there anything else new with you?
No, that's it. That's enough. Isn't that enough for you?
I know. That's very exciting, though, and please keep us up to date on that because
I will.
we
I
definitely
intend
want to
to
support you.
attend this more often. So
Very
yeah.
cool. Very cool. Excellent. Well, it's so good to see you, Monica.
Thanks.
Larry, that was a great performance twice.
Well, it just seemed like doing the chorus seemed to go with the end of the presentation for some reason.
Yeah. That was awesome. Yeah. How are you?
Good. I've been playing more than I've been typing. I gotta admit, I've been playing out a lot, so it keeps you tired.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
Amazing because I don't know if it's probably the performance, and then it's probably I never been I mean, you wouldn't know it here, but in person, it's
Not
like
extroverted.
I don't talk to people much, but when you play in front of people, you talk to people, and then there's people around you, and you have to get things done. So you talk and talk, and that probably wears me out more than anything. But carrying your gear wears you out. Singing, your voice goes, and talking, and and just it's weird. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. But then there's sometimes you gotta and I'm not looking for the times where I don't have anything to do and just sit down and write. I'm not looking for that because I have a lot of fun. but when it does come, because it will come, you know, because it does. I mean, it's like every time I get a quiet moment, it's like, gosh, I wish this playing somewhere because I just love this. I really do. But I mean, it's new to me. So, you know, well, you know, I mean, you know, it's only been the last couple of years. So
Yeah.
So I'm just, and now I'm getting a lot of gigs. So it's like, this is cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. But I mean, I love well, did I get a new typewriter since I talked to you? Maybe not. Maybe not. But
okay.
A few weeks ago I got one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's a question for you. When you're typing, do you sing? Like, are you singing all the time? Like,
when it comes to songs, like writing songs, like there's a 70-mile-an-hour zone here. The song tends to come in my head when I'm in the 70-mile-an-hour zone. Words tend to come in my head. So what I do is I put the audio on my phone and start saying words and start saying what I'm thinking of. So to get it down real quick. And then another times when I'm just sitting here in my garage sometimes or down at the beach, just sitting there, words will come. And then other time, like, especially when I'm walking, because I kind of walk in tempo, you know, rhythm, 1, 2, 3, you know, whatever it is, slow or fast, however I'm feeling. And then a song will come a lot of times. And so then, I mean, the music. And so then it's like, wow, I got to hum this song into my phone. So when I get home, I can try to write words to it. So, you know, I don't know what's better. I mean, what comes both ways. So, which I like, because then it lets me do both ways too. So, but
yeah.
But it's unpredictable though. I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
So, whatever it is.
Yeah.
If somebody says, well, you know what? It's so weird. I feel so blessed. I feel like God helped. I mean, that's, you know, that might sound like superstitious, weird or something, but it's like, Curry's like, hey, can you put music to this song? And I'm like, gosh, you know, that's asking a whole lot. I don't know. That's, you know, that's a lot of pressure. And like, they came like instantly. And so something must have been meant to be, Curry. I'm just saying, it's like, it's because it's like, wow, I didn't expect that. And then this music came right with the words. He said, you can change it any way you want. I didn't change anything.
Wow.
He went to bed and he woke up and played. And we're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So you wanted something like surfy, beachy, Beach Boys kind of thing. And it's like, it couldn't have been perfect.
It's like 12 hours later, he had music.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Becky still gets goosebumps every time she hears the song, like literally.
Oh, I didn't realize you guys wrote it.
Yeah, and you know, actually, what's really awesome is that they were singing along. Because when I'm in a gig, if somebody's singing along, I'm doing well. That's the way I look at it. If somebody's enjoying it, so thank you for singing along. That was really cool. I know I was like, dang, I was hearing that, you know, it was offset and stuff, but it really made the whole thing to do that. So yeah, it made it more exciting. So thank you.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that was definitely fun to watch.
It was fun to do. I tell you what, I'm just stoked that I get to do that. And I probably haven't used that word stoked since I lived in California, but it goes with California.
I think that's a California word.
It goes with surfing, you know.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, is there anything else new with you, Larry?
I'm gonna get off early so I can go eat because I skipped lunch so I could do this.
Oh.
But no, it's cool. I actually ate a can of sardines so I wouldn't run out of energy. I'm gonna go get lunch. My wife went out eating. I told my wife, look, you know, give me till about 2:45 before you drive in the garage, please. You know, and she never answered. I didn't know when exactly I was coming on. So she didn't answer. But I do know she went out to eat, which was cool because I said, look, I'm going to do this thing and then I'm going to go out to eat. So,
yeah. Excellent. Well, it's so good to see you, Larry.
Well, thank you. It's good to see you. I don't think I was on here last. I think something, I think I had a gig last week, actually. I think it totally changed everything.
Yeah.
I got one coming up on Sunday too.
Okay.
I got one coming up tomorrow too, at 10:30 in the morning. And then, oh no, on the 18th, Father's Day, and I'm going to be seeing my son and his kids. So, so that'll mess that up for us. And then at 3 o'clock the following Sunday, then I'm playing out too. So yeah, so the next couple Sundays probably won't see much of it. So.
Yeah, actually, I think if I remember correctly, there is no meeting next week because we're going to be celebrating our anniversary. So
and Father's Day. Well, I mean, your own father. Well, I know I'm sorry about your father. I know about that.
Yeah.
But
he's hanging in there.
but still, you gotta look at it's Father's Day for any, I don't know. But everybody has a father, whether they know him or not, And
exactly.
So you can celebrate the ones you like if you don't like the one you have, and like that. So
yes.
And that's the way I feel about Mother's Day also, It's like,
yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, again, it's good to see you, Larry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. William, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
That's good.
Sure busy in the shop. Not much time for typing letters or anything. When I was in New Jersey, I sent a postcard to Joe Van Cleve. He got it fairly shortly afterwards, apparently. And he typed me a letter on, I think it was February 23rd or something like that, and put it in the mail the next day. It finally arrived 2 weeks ago.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Talk about super slow-mo snail mail.
Yeah. We have the slowest snails in the world here in the US.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
One interesting little thing happened. Yesterday evening was my wife's high school 45th anniversary. High school graduation class 45th anniversary. And so just for that, funny, I took a 1962 Smith Corner Skywriter and put it on one of the tables. A few people typed messages on it, but most of them said, we learned to type on the golf ball typewriters. So I'm thinking that for the 50th, which will be in 5 years, I'm going to see if I can find a good Selectric in working condition, take that up, put a stack of paper beside it, and have that for people who took typing to type up their favorite memory of Sir Winston Churchill High School when they went there in Calgary back in 1978. So,
yeah, very cool.
And so that's about it for the typewriter world for me.
Okay. Excellent. Well, it's so good to see you, William.
Yeah, good to see all these nice people too.
Yeah.
Here's some interesting stories.
Yes. We have Merck's camera coming in and out, so I don't know if he's planning on joining us or if he's having technical issues. But there's Sam. How are you, Sam? You're muted.
Yep. Yeah, I've been coming in and out. Hey there, I haven't been in for a while. Missing you guys.
Yeah.
Supposed to be in at least 2 other places today, but it's the end of the grad season where it's like you go to work at midnight and go do henna for 3-4 hours on a bunch of raging graduating high school students. And coming home in the wee hours of the morning with the birds. And but I'm behind everything. I owe people letters from like 3 months back. And I've hardly been typing. I just got out yesterday for the first time this year out on the street. And the wind was blowing from one side and the sun was beating on the other. And everyone was just passing by. finally I had somebody stop who wanted a poem. And I was holding the umbrella between my knees because everything I connected it to just pulled everything over. I'm like, oh my God, I'm done with this. But I got one poem out, and that was nice. And worked an event in Salem last week, which was fun, and some tears, some laughter. Aside from that, I took a block printing class.
Ooh.
I actually won a scholarship for it because it was on a Saturday. And I had asked if there were any other days. I said, I can't justify taking off from a market day and losing the money to pay $175 to take your class. And what ended up happening was the home was on the edge of the Lewis River in Washington. It was one of those 100-and-something-year-old big story farmhouses, with all the white and the just big rooms. And the owner couldn't make it, and she had bought a ticket for it. So they offered up a scholarship, and I said, hey, maybe I could justify it. They gave me the scholarship. So I played hooky from work, and there was about 12 other artists there. It was all women except for the man teaching, and everybody was an artist in one way or another. And
Wow.
So the kit came, the whole thing came with a kit. I mean, everyone's like done the lithograph carving when you're like in 6th grade. Hey, I did that when I was a kid. I had already bought my kit because I had been planning on learning on my own. So I went, and they were talking about all the ways to do it. And they said, all right, well, carve something. And because I've got my inspired type business in mind, I'm like, I'm going to do that typewriter with my hat on top. And I did it. And everybody liked it. I thought it looked kind of cheesy, but there's an author artist by the name of Linda Berry. And they go, oh, it looks like Linda Berry's artwork. Everybody thought it was cool as it was. So I went right for it, and I had made some postcards and greeting cards and brought them with last week. And they're like, well, how much is everything? And the deal was that they'd only charge me $25 for a booth, unlike everybody else, because I was just asking for donations. And a guy took one of my cards and he says, here's $10. Another lady took the postcards. I have an image of what they look like if you haven't seen them. There's one of them. Does it go backwards on what you see?
No, we see it correct.
Okay, so there's that one. And of course, the postcards.
Nice.
And
very cool.
Yeah, a few of them I've been messing around yet. Everything's still like adding something, and I already had my fingers glued together with the feathers that I was trying to do.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to get them up to snuff for Saturday market, because you have to send them all the pictures. Like, here are my hands. Here's me rolling the paint. See, I have made these officially. I didn't buy them from some other country and that kind of thing. But aside from that, I've just been working where I technically have 4 jobs now. There's been no time, and I'm just going to start backing out of one of them, because the 15 hours a week, I have no time to get to my studio to make cards. I have no time to type letters. I have no time for myself. So I'm trying to do that. And what else? Oh, I got some really nice paper from Peter. What's his name? I can't think of his last name. I'll probably look it up. I love the old letterhead papers from Peter Stewart. Do you know who he is? And he sent me some of these beautiful, it's on onion skin, if you can see it.
Ooh, nice.
It's beautiful. And it's got Spanish and matching envelopes.
Nice.
And stuff like that. And I thought I was just going to get a handful of a few things. No, there's like lots of really cool stuff in here. Queen Elizabeth II World Cruise,
Wow.
Circle Pacific and Orient Odyssey, But it's just cool stuff.
Yeah.
And of course, finally, Tom Hanks came through Portland. And on that day, I was like, I should go to the type space. I should drop in there just in case. And I got caught up with stuff. And sure enough, just after he'd been there, Tony sent me a picture and I'm like, ah!
Oh.
I should have followed my instinct and gone. But I did get to go to the talk that night with a friend. And
Well, that's good.
I just started his book last night. I had to get through The Grapes of Wrath first because it was due at the library, and been reading The Odyssey as well. So hopefully it'll be a little easier reading. And that's about it. I'm just the busy season is just about over. And I'm trying to get back to, I think I've got some type pels. I think I have at least 2 that I still haven't written to. So I haven't signed up for anything new just because I'm trying to catch up. And of course I owe Larry a poem. I did get a commission out of Montana. Guy says I met him in Washington State. I don't recall, but his little brother was going to go into the military and he wanted something written. And I almost didn't get it to him on time because there was no way I could promise my 7-day thing. It was more like 2 weeks, but he got it. And I did it on a Western Union facsimile and all that. And I finally, a few days later, said, did it get there on time? He goes, oh, it was beautiful. He cried. I cried. Thank you. And so I was really happy. And he paid me $35 for it. So, and it was mailed to him. I'm looking at Monk's thing over there. It's like, what the heck is that? It's like,
it's my face.
Oh my gosh. That's pretty funny.
That's what happens when you send him a sticker of your face. He puts it on his screen. So on a bobblehead.
Oh my God. Oh, that's what it is. It's kind of like, that's like me all week long. I've been. And the funny thing, I'm going through everything really quick with the buttons, is I actually have a button maker and I just finally pulled it out because my manager wants me to do some buttons for her band. And that's the sort of thing that I was also thinking with typewriters because I can sell them at the market. But I was going to leave you with a poem from yesterday, the one poem.
Please do.
And again, it was just pretty crazy with the wind and everything. And I'm just like, things were blowing everywhere. I had my market booth weights hooked onto things to keep my boxes from flying. The typewriter wasn't going to go anywhere, but everything else was. And I guess they had just met a man who, what did they say? They wanted the idea to be beauty in decay. He was a ballerina who was sort of at the end of his performance life and his life. And so they wanted, these are like the hard ones. I don't write like a happy, silly poem like the one for the folks who wanted it for tacos and all that kind of thing. That was a fun one. But this is just their poem that they got. So serious. Lifting upwards, lightly dancing in a pas de deux with the wind. Tibetan flags illuminated in twilight glory and standing ovations wherever they perform, with ballerina grace, slowly, gently bowing as the deep red velvet curtains draw together for a kiss and their final embrace.
Wow.
So she cried.
Yeah.
And of course she chose one of the envelopes and she popped a 20 in my basket. I'm like, yeah, cool.
Nice.
So I'd like to be doing more of that as the other season ends. It's a little crazy out on the streets in Portland. I know you may be reading all the craziness that happens in Portland these days, and it's kind of in sections of the city. One of them in the last place that I lived at before I moved to where I'm at now, shootings, lots of fentanyl, bad fentanyl, people stealing. I just read about a lady who grabbed someone's puppy out of their backyard, slammed her to the ground, and they went after her. And there's it's been just crazy. But down at the Saturday market where we are at, we're just about in our 50th year And we just had a big summit about what do you want to see for the next 50, which I won't be around for, but we're holding down downtown Portland to show, we've got security, and things have been pretty good. It's a little slower for me. I'm not sure why. It could be my location. But yeah, Portland's open for visit, open for business, and the market is holding down downtown there and showing people that it's not all dangerous and crazy, although you do kind of run the gauntlet on the outer blocks. There's lots of homeless. It's going to enact in the next month. And of course, you've got your For the Homeless and I'm Done with the Homeless, where they're not going to allow them to camp during the day. They can overnight, but they need to be clear of the streets, near schools, near public walkways and everything. And of course, we've got one half that are like, you're a horrible person. You're all horrible people. What if it was you? Where are they supposed to go? There's so much trash that they leave. Hopefully they're going to have to pick up every day and move. And someone says, well, that's too hard. I'm like, have you ever gone camping? You pick up and you move. If you don't have a bunch of trash with you, it's easier, and somewhat help. Some refuse help. They're trying, but it's like you can't win around here with I don't want to call them bleeding hearts, but you know what I mean about, they're homeless. What kind of human are you? And the other one's like, yeah, well, I've been broken in twice and they stole my car and this and that and the other thing. And, there's only so much compassion that you can have. I feel bad. I don't give anybody money. I may buy them a coffee, but the other day I did something and I still feel bad about it. Some guy, here I am, I'm working like crazy just to get my rent paid. And I'm racing to the store to get some groceries because I'm kind of out of food. And so I'm walking and this dude, he's just like, hey man, you got $5 for the homeless? And he's got a sandwich in his hand. And I was just like, you're eating, I'm not. And I felt really bad because I'm not like that. But the frustration came out. And I feel a little guilty for that, but say, Louis, I'll make up for it somewhere else. It's not like I don't help some of my other homeless friends, save them, stuff, give them a place to stay overnight, a shower if they need it. You can only do so much.
That's true. That's true.
And if I'm working 4 jobs and you're just like, give me, I'm sorry. I'm past that.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my highly caffeinated thing.
I need some coffee.
If I owe you a letter or a poem, I will try to get to you very soon, or a postcard. Maybe even one of my special postcards. If I can make another slew of them, that's partially why I'm trying to slow down on the job, because I'm supposed to be at work at 4 on Sunday and I want to be out on the street typing, which is a good day, and it doesn't start happening till 1 o'clock. There's just not enough time. And so I'll be backing off in the next week or so, and hopefully getting into my studio and making the buttons and doing a whole new swath of new and improved typewriter cards. I'm going to start. I think I'm going to start doing them on some rice paper where I can glue them onto the postcard or the card, so it can have a little more textural feel to it.
Yeah.
And do some cool other stuff and some little additions where it almost becomes a scrapbooking type card.
Yeah.
So
very cool.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll even send you.
Yeah. Please do.
That's what I would like to do, is send some stuff to you guys.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Anyway.
Well, it's so good to see you, Sam.
Good to see you all too. I've missed being here. I'm cat sitting again, so there's I'm not distracted by all the things at home. So
yes. Very cool.
With that crazy kitty for the next week, and an even crazier one I have to drop in with. She just looks at me and goes, and then doesn't come out. Well, the whole time her owner feels so bad. She gives me $200 just to come and drop in and feed her and walk out the door.
Oh wow.
So yeah, she's all happy to see you. And then she just looks at you and she'll just, the claws come out and I have to make sure I wear long pants when I go in there, like jeans, because she just jumps and attacks and then runs off and won't talk to you the rest of the time.
Oh my goodness.
I know,
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that'd be like a nightmare for me.
It is, but I could use the money and my friend pays me,
Yeah.
and it's within my route. So it's an easy drop off for a half an hour to feed her and talk to her and see if she gets any better.
Yeah. Wow.
Right,
Excellent.
well.
Well, again, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too. I thought you were going to tell everybody who was in today, like, here's a surprise. I've got too many typewriters. Each one of you is going to get one. Here's a list. I was like, oh, wow.
I would consider doing that, but the shipping would probably kill me.
Maybe we'd have to pay for the shipping.
There you
I
go.
can't find anything out here at all. Everything,
yeah.
I thought I was going to post something. Everything I see out here is like some beat up anchor, and they want $150 for it. You know that, but there's nothing tasty here.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
if it is, you know, I know Tony, I've gone to some places and go in and go, hey, so, you know, do you ever get any typewriters? They go, yeah, we do, but we've already got somebody who wants any typewriter that comes in. And that's like they're in there. They've inundated. And if something pops up, if something slides by and I happen to see it, by the time I check out, you know, like I ask a question, maybe, hey, you know, could you send me a photo of the type or whatever? They're gone. Anything within a reasonable price is gone. And I just haven't been looking at all. You know, I can't afford $300 for even a typewriter that I really, really, really want. There's only one or two that I would do that for. But, you know, so I'm looking at everybody else and they're showing, hey, look what I got for $20. And now it's like the people who are all going on vacations. I haven't had a vacation in 6 years and there are all these typewriters and I'm like, eh. So it's been pretty frustrating.
I know.
So, you know, I'm just hoping something comes my way. And I've got a whole bunch of them underneath my table. As I was picking some up earlier, they all need some sort of work. My idea was that I wanted to go out and find some homeless people and set something up where we gave them a typewriter and they could type stuff out. And we would take their stories and make a little flyer or a booklet and generate some money for them. So I have several typewriters that I don't even know. I think I have a silent super silent in there. I think I do. They're just all in their boxes, pretty much just, I have my Corona 4 bank. I've got my 1953 Empire Aristocrat that is with me now because I'm going to make a little repair on it. And my Remington needs some work. And I still haven't cleaned up my folding typewriter yet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just hoping to find something other than Pica or Elite.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a cool italic would be nice. I think I have the number 75, so like a fairly common italic.
Yeah.
And so word out, you know.
Yeah.
Hoping to find something more for the type font.
Yes.
Because of the reasons that I use it.
Yeah.
But I'm it's constant like having them evaporate before my very eyes. So of course, then they're, you know, the guys who get them and they fix them up and I see them and I'm like, I can't pay $800 for that typewriter.
Yeah.
So, yep. And then someone finds one. Hey, look what I found in the trash.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm not the only one who just is like, I'm just giving up. I'm just going to give up. But, you know, and I'm a renter, so I have nowhere to display my typewriters. And barely any room to store them. They're all in my bedroom with me, underneath my craft table.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Anyway, I just need to use them and get those letters out to everybody, letters and postcards.
Yes.
So hopefully in the next few weeks, I'll be able to make it happen.
Excellent.
Okay.
Dwayne,
mute myself.
Dwayne, did you have a comment? No? Okay.
No.
just real quick, is back when you were talking about sending someone a typewriter, and a thought came in my head. You know, I don't know how you do this virtually, but it would be really cool to do a white elephant typewriter.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you don't necessarily have to have, you know, anyway, just a thought.
Yeah. A cool thought. Thank you for that.
I have a couple cool typewriters that I mean, most of them are all in good shape. They might be missing a top, or they might just need to be cleaned up, but they're all functional. And they're all pretty much, you know, a classic typewriter of some sort. I was trying to write some haikus about having having a Vogue, what do they say, champagne Vogue taste with the We Are typewriter budget, or something, like trying to make up a poem having to do something like that along with the champagne taste on a beer budget. Couldn't quite make it work in a traditional 575, although that's not the only way they work. But,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Very cool. Mark, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm great. How about you?
Very good. Very good.
I'm gonna mute.
Is there anything new with you?
Well, when it comes to new typewriters, I haven't gotten anything new, but I did. So a fellow collector here in Bulgaria contacted me recently, and because I've bought, I think, 4 machines from him already, he told me that he has this Corona Professional, was it? One of those portables from the, that looks like the Corona 3, the folding one, but it's not.
Oh, yeah.
Thing. Yeah. So these are also pretty rare here. And he told me that he has one of those and he would be interested in selling it to me. And he was kind enough to actually not list it. So whenever I'm ready, I could go get it from him. So hopefully that will happen soon.
Yeah.
And that's about it when it comes to typewriters. I did get this letter, was it yesterday or the day before that, from one of my pen pals, which I want to share some of its contents with you. So firstly, the envelope is, I hope the image isn't flipped, but the post stamps are not only the ones that are required, but he also included some old ones, because I shared with him that I am a collector when it comes to post stamps as well. So this is a NATO one, and this is a stamp with Roosevelt, which
cool.
It's which I find really cool. And then inside, apart from the lovely letter, is so these lovely postcards.
Oh, cool.
And the other with these two. And I think the coolest things are this little Nashville typewriter emblem.
Yes.
Yeah, it glows in the rainbow colors. It's very beautiful.
Yeah.
And the other thing are these 2 stamps. So this big one is from 1966, Washington, D.C.
Very cool.
Really nice and in lovely condition. And the other one came in an extra little envelope.
Yeah.
And it's completely preserved from 1939.
Oh, again, wow. That's very cool.
Yeah. So
I like the design on that one.
Yeah, it's really simple and yet effective. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Very cool.
That's about it from me. Not much new happening.
Well, that was some cool stuff, though.
Glad you like.
Definitely. Very cool. Well, did anybody have any comments or questions or suggestions or things they'd like to share? Because otherwise, I guess we'll wrap up a little bit early. But I don't want to leave anyone out if they want to share anything.
Get some other stuff that you guys might find interesting.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
So
I do have a question.
Yes.
Yeah.
So speaking of getting mail from point A to point B over oceans, I sent a letter to my friend in Tbilisi, Georgia, in December. She got it in May. So
wow.
She wrote me back, and from the postmark, it was here in 2 weeks, but she sent it airmail, and I know nothing about airmail. So who sends across? Like, how much is it to, how do you send an, I could probably ask at the post office, but how do you send something airmail? Does that really get there faster than just postmarked?
Well,
or
I think technically all mail is airmail now.
like international airmail, I guess.
Yeah, I think now it's more like the difference between express and priority and first class. So I think that might be the difference, but airmail per se, I think isn't really done anymore. I mean, do they still send mail by ship? Because I know they used to, obviously, but I don't know if they do that anymore.
Parcels, yes. And
Parcels, okay.
yeah,
This
parcels the
is-
cheapest. Yeah.
That's what it
and
looks
Sam,
like.
I just keep talking. I'll show you something.
Okay.
When you are mailing stuff to England, you can specify airmail or surface mail.
Or this one says para avión.
Yes.
So,
but it's stamped.
If you want, like in Canada, I was given those by the service, the postal
office, yeah.
service, post office, and but it told me in any case, all the letters going outside of Canada, international, are airmail. So I do put that for decoration more than anything, but that's Canada. So there might be something. There might be something not about the U.S. about shipping to Tbilisi, but about how the mail is sorted in Tbilisi. So that might be
That's
why
true.
it took a long time. Whereas coming to you, it says USA, so they don't sort it; they just send it all to the U.S. and then it gets sorted by the U.S. to deliver to you. So I was just thinking. But William said there's a choice. But in Canada, it told me that a regular letter with international postage will always go airmail. So that's what the post office told me.
Yeah. I was talking more about parcels as opposed to letters.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything over 100 grams or 4 ounces, you then have to specify, do you want to airmail or service mail?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yes.
Now,
I guess
generally
I could
speaking,
at the post office next time. How do I get it there faster?
Generally speaking, airmail from Canada, England is usually 7 to 14 days. And I have had one parcel get there via surface mail in 12 days. It must have just happened to catch the right ship, the right freight container, the right everything. Just got there in 12 days by service mail.
Yeah, that's a record. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Because normally surface mail is 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I think it's really just a determination. If it's intercontinental, obviously they're not putting letters on a ship. It's still airmail, but it's a determination in what you're paying. If it's within the continental United States and Canada, yes, there's airmail, but there's also terminal mail. So I think today is just a determination and what you're paying, and but I don't think they're still putting letters in bags on ships and it's going across.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I was
very
just
cool.
curious if anyone knew.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you got lots of feedback there.
No, great. I appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. So Mark, you had some things you wanted to show us there?
Yeah, on that topic about airmail, I've actually
Yes.
experienced a similar problem when it comes to letters to the United States. So they come, I receive them usually less than 20 days after they've been sent. But when I send them, it takes over a month and 10 days usually. And the reason for what I've read online is that airmail from Bulgaria to the United States was actually completely cut off a few years ago, which was surprising to me. But I think from Bulgaria specifically, mail is actually being transported on ships. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure because I don't think I didn't find any particularly reliable sources of information, but from what I know, that's the case here.
Okay. So yeah, so I guess it depends on the country, and that kind of makes sense too. You know, different countries are going to have different ways of doing things. So
yeah,
very cool.
But anyway, what the other thing I wanted to show you is I found this. So these are all 10 books. I found this pile of books recently well, not by accident, but unexpectedly in a basement.
Oh.
And so these are firstly 6 dictionaries of Old Bulgarian. So they were published in the Soviet times. So after 1945, I think they were in the 70s. But they're all more modern prints of a dictionary that was published in the early 1900s. So these were an interesting find, and are some other dictionaries, Russian dictionaries, these two specifically. This one is just a general Russian dictionary, and this one is a literature dictionary.
Oh, cool.
Interesting as well.
Yeah.
Two, in my opinion, the most interesting are these encyclopedias. So they are somewhat of a ancient art encyclopedias.
Oh, okay.
And it's really interesting. Though I don't speak Russian, I do understand a bit of them, and I have looked through a bit of them, and I love the print quality and the paper qualities. It's those shiny books, old paper, and yeah, these were really cool to find.
Yeah.
Not expecting them.
And they'll look good on the shelf too.
Surely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool.
So what is a basement find? How do you go to a basement and find books?
Well, it's I'm not sure if it would be considered a basement or a garage, but it's a place where we sometimes visit, but not really often, and it's basically abandoned. So I sometimes go through there and look at what stuff I can find, and especially now I think it's leaking water in there, so they would have been destroyed in a couple of months. So I'm glad I found them.
Yeah.
But do you have to purchase them, or are they for giving away?
For giving away, yeah.
For giving away.
Oh,
Good
okay.
for you. Good for you for saving those books.
Yeah. I'm glad I found them.
Definitely.
So, Mark, you say that you are in Bulgaria.
Yes. I am.
I have one typewriter that was made in Bulgaria, made at
Oh, do you?
made at the Plovdiv Typewriter Works.
Yeah.
It's an Omega 3000.
Really?
Yeah, I still have yet to give it a clean up and a servicing, but it caught me as being interesting.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Me
Do you
too. I
have
have
any
a
pictures of it?
typewriter. I have a typewriter made in Bulgaria too. Sorry, but I cut you off. You were asking William if he has pictures. Go ahead.
Not at the moment, no.
Oh, okay.
I do have a
Send some. I
Maritza.
really appreciate it.
I have a Maritza 22.
Oh, Maritza.
Yeah,
Nice.
made in Bulgaria, and it has the keyboard layout, French Canadian keyboard layout. So
Here is one of my Maritzas. I have two, and this one is the Latin keyboard one.
we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait
Yeah.
in case it reconnects.
Maybe I should. Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
it's good. It's good. It's good.
Yep.
We
Yep.
can see it. Yes.
Very cool.
So this would be considered a Maritza 12. I think 2 is a little bit more boxy here, but I've only seen pictures of them. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Nice.
Really cool that you have one of those. I heard they're rare over there.
I think they're quite. I haven't seen many, so I think you're correct that they're quite rare. So let me just. I might have a photo to show you, but I don't want to stretch the meeting beyond.
Oh, no. We still have 40 minutes or 39 minutes.
Oh, I guess I didn't
Typewriter
post
looks
it.
a lot like a Webster or Brother.
A little bit, yes, but it's more like a princess. It's actually a clone of a princess.
Yeah, they're actually princess clones. Both Maritza and Madame as well. It's another brand that is popular, common in Bulgaria, and usually the not Cyrillic ones. So the most Latin keyboards one aren't Maritzas, but are actually known as Madame here. But they're all princess clones.
So I'm not very. I have photos of mine, and I should have posted it on the typewriter database, but I haven't yet because I was not repairing, but changing the sound insulation inside that crumbled, and it was causing a lot of dust inside the typewriter. So I'm still. It's one of those projects that sometimes I start and I haven't finished yet. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to find photos because I thought I posted it.
There's the Omega.
That's really interesting because
I guess actually it's a 1300 and I got the number wrong.
Yes,
That's all right.
in Bulgaria, these are called Hebros, so Hebro. And the rest is the same. I think I have actually got one of those, but it's a parts machine. It's a Hebros 1300T, I think.
Hebros, yes.
But they are called that way here for some reason.
And the
yeah, I have one of those as well.
the name tag came off the back.
Uh-oh.
And this one even came with all the paperwork and everything.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, yours is in Russian or whatever.
Bulgarian, yeah.
Bulgarian. Oh, cool.
Very cool.
Great.
I found a photo of mine. I'll just share it.
Yeah.
I'll share my screen.
Okay, Mark, hold yours up. Let's do a side-by-side comparison. There you go. How about that?
That's
cool.
very
That's very
cool.
nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have your picture there.
Yeah, I actually posted it on the TCL TypePal.
Oh, okay,
my
cool.
own photos. So this is mine. This is Maritza 22, and that's the cover of the case. And that's a bad photo, but that's what it looks like, and it's very similar to the one that you showed, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mine is 1981. Yeah, with a French Canadian keyboard.
Very nice.
Also, an AZERTY.
No, not AZERTY. It's QWERTY, but the French the French diacritics, the French accents are here.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So it's a Canadian French keyboard, and it's really compatible with the one that is used in English Canada and the US. But in terms of QWERTY, it's very similar, except instead of fractions and here we have some those two here, and this here is different. But that allows me to type in French and
That's
English.
really cool.
The same, yeah. So
yeah, very cool.
Just a standard German layout with the umlauts at the side, so the words with the letters with the dots on top.
yeah, it's a little bit like that. It's a little bit like that, except in fact, the French Canadian keyboard does not have umlauts, and we use for that the quotation marks. So I need to type the letter backspace and type the quotation mark to make an umlaut with the Canadian keyboard. So that's it. Right, I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, very cool.
Really cool.
Very cool. And let's see. Oops, William is showing us something. Let me. There we go.
That, I believe, was the type sample that came with the machine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's really.
And well, it came with the unpacking instructions, how to use the machine. Obviously translated from Russian with a few lost in translation instructions in there somewhere. Yeah. Manufactured by Typewriter Works Plovdiv. Yes, I just thought it kind of interesting. And the interesting thing about this is that the platinum specs out at about 86 on the Shaw A scale.
So very soft.
Very soft platinum, yes.
Interesting. You said it's not in working condition though, right?
It is working condition. I would just like to give it a proper cleanup first and get all the old dried up oil out of there and get some pressure on in there before I use it. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I have typed one letter with it. It's I would say it's a couple of steps up from the We Are Memory Keepers, but a step down from the Underwood 319 or Underwood 378.
Oh, okay.
But that's about that sort of quality.
Yeah.
If that's a good comparison.
This is my Maritza 12 currently, because the panels are the paint is chipping off, so I've decided to repaint them. But I actually, a co-worker of my mother's told me that they had a typewriter they were going to throw away because they thought it didn't work. It turns out the segment was just a bit sticky, and I got it cleaned up and typing. So it's in fairly nice condition actually for something would have been thrown away, and I'm glad I got to save it. I've just been procrastinating painting those panels. I really should get to it soon.
Interesting.
That's cool that you got it working though.
Yeah, it came working. It was in pretty great condition. It was kept.
Oh,
in the-
okay, yeah. Excellent, very cool. Let's see. We had Bob join us, but he's off screen. Hey Bob, are you going to talk to us?
Bob Marshall.
Yeah. Maybe not. How are you, Bob?
Sorry, running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I dove in and then realized I had some business. I'm busy. I'm good. I'm blessed with work. Right.
Well, that's good. That's good.
It's always a place to be.
Yeah.
I just had a nice short phone chat with Bill with Philadelphia, so that's always good. What was the announcement? We're having a typewriter camp.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm in. Is it all digital?
Yeah, it's going to be on Facebook.
Very cool. Very cool.
You can buy the kit at willowcreektypewriters.com. So
okay.
Yeah.
It's fun. We're having a surf themed typewriter camp from hosted by Canadians. This is so exciting. This is going all over the place. I was just queuing in. Yeah, no, things are good. I had my aunt came over just a little bit ago and gave me a sewing lesson. I'm trying to learn how to sew. I'm trying to get my sewing machine back together. It was a machine I traded out with a ex-girlfriend of mine, maybe about 2 years ago. I traded her a typewriter for. It's a very nice machine. It's covered in like pinstripes and whatnot. My aunt told me, yeah, it's very nice, very big, does a lot of fun stuff. It can like tilt the head, whatever. So I'm just trying to get hip on all that, which is funny. I have a brother, and that's what he does in the area. He specializes in very old Singer sewing machines, the treadles and whatnot. He'll recondition those. And he just works out of his house too. He's on the other side of Redlands in a little town called Mentone or Mentone Beach or whatever they call it. But it works pretty well for him. But the electric sewing machine, this one's from the 60s. So anyways, you got to expand and have fun. And I think it's something I really could have fun with. I have patches to sew and all sorts of fun things to sew. So we'll see how that goes. But no, business has been good. Had a few machines I had to rush. One of my customers was going to Greece for their birthday, so they wanted to take certain machines. So I got to do that. And then other than that, yeah, we're really blessed in business. I used to get this many customers a week. Now I'm getting like this many. So
yeah,
we're having a lot of fun.
That's
we're having
great.
a lot of fun figuring all that out. I think a lot more consumables too, a lot more rubber, a lot more. So I'm trying to figure out ways to make sure those lines are open. That's always a fun in business, is making sure you have well, we'd call them consumables. I know our government doesn't follow that anymore, but I mean, there used to be two types of things you invested in as a business. You invested in an asset that you could write off, or a consumable that you'd write off that year. And now everything's just a consumable unless you register it. So
yeah,
you can write off just about anything. I think that's been since 2019. So I think when I say the word consumable, a lot of young people they don't even know what the word means. But regardless, trying to buy and make sure I have enough rubber to service all the machines we're getting in. But life is good. It's good to see y'all on here.
Yeah,
it's good to see Bill. I hadn't talked to him in a little while, and I got a few letters I have to return or respond to. But yeah, life is good. How's everyone else?
Good. Yeah, it's been a very good meeting. I think we topped out around 24 people at one point. Sadly, we didn't. Bill was on, but we didn't get to talk to him. Yeah.
Well, he's I mean, you think I'm doing exciting things. He's the one really doing exciting things. He's found a way to really get into the community and keep the shops open.
Yeah.
And offer the warranties. I mean, they've been at it 5 years now, and they
Yeah.
technically have 2 shops. They have an offsite shop that's much larger. And I give them credit because it really does come down. You have to manage people who don't know anything about mechanics, who don't know anything about typewriters. They know they like typewriters, but that doesn't mean they know anything about mechanics of the typewriters. And so him and I chat a lot about that. How do you get people people who are excited to work with typewriters, great, but that doesn't mean they can actually work on them or work with them. So how do you direct their energy to make sure they can be productive and still I know that's real hard here in California because the minimum wage is just so dang high, and I prefer to pay more than that. So it's very hard to direct talent to be productive. So I think that'll be for younger people these days. I think that'll be something that they have to be coherent of. It's no longer doing the job and doing as you're told. It's being able to direct your talent so you can be productive, right?
Yeah.
Which we've always had and there's always been, but getting young people to understand that. And I'm very fortunate. The young people, they want to play with typewriters, which is great, but how do I set them up so they're productive enough that the numbers will work out, that I can even afford to have them around or have them take up space? I've been really blessed. Grace is really good. And the one thing I was telling Bill is she got new glasses, and boy, that helps. It used to be on every machine I'd find a spot or two and go, how are you missing it? Well, she just needed new glasses. She didn't.
Yeah.
It's not something we think about. Then I had to stop and go, wait a minute, do I need new glasses? So next week, maybe I need new glasses too. So
yeah.
It was good. It was good stuff. What did Sam say? Envious you got to meet Hanks. Well,
yeah.
I get to meet his typewriters a lot more than him, but yeah. And we had said hi in passing, but it was nice to stop and chat for 15 minutes. I think his comment was, well, now that we really know each other, we can hang out, and I'd like to come out to Riverside and blah blah blah. And well, shoot, you don't have to twist my arm, Mr. Hanks. So I guess doctor. Do we call him doctor now? He's got a PhD from Harvard. Maybe we should start calling him Dr. Hanks.
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
Maybe.
Well, I had sent a letter back in December, finally, on an original piece of Santa Fe Railroad. I was trying to, pull all the strings, and also this little, because he's into trains too, this little cardboard model locomotive from way back when, with all the information in it. And I enclosed that as well, sent him a gift. I'm trying to pull all the things. And I see that he's written back to other people who've, within a much shorter time. And I wanted to be like, don't you remember? And so I still haven't, I know it could take years, but I thought maybe I put in enough cool stuff that he'd be impressed.
Oh, I think it's more, there's been several stories like that. I think it's more what works for him and what's convenient, and you never know. I couldn't imagine keeping the thousands of things in that man's mind that he keeps up there. I'm a fan. My father was a huge fan of his and his work, and anywho, I think give it another month or two if you'd like, and rewrite another letter. I think the trick is to find ways to ask questions that you can collaborate with without asking for anything. Don't ask for anything, right? That's always a big.
I might have asked for a typewriter.
Oh yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
Right. Oh, I think it was because I told him I had a birthday coming up, and if he had one that he didn't want anymore, I'd be happy to take it. But I was hoping to at least meet him, because I would have just said, did you, I thought it might be unique in the world of what, people just sending a letter and just going, hey, Tom, blah, 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 blah. Maybe I should have said 3 things: the cool typewriter paper, the thing, and one more thing for better luck. I don't know. But since he was coming to Portland, I had hopes that might have connected. Did you go to his talk? You went, right?
Well, I did go to his talk, and I'll tell you the story. I just kind of went on a whim, myself and Aaron, and I said, hey, I'm going to get tickets. And he's like, oh, you're going to bring your girlfriend, or should I bring? I go, no, it'll just be you and I. You'll be my date, Aaron, and it'll be great. You don't have to put out after the fact. We're just gonna show up. And we were sitting there, and his assistant walked by and went, oh, you guys are here. Hang on, I'm sure he'd love to say hi to you. And we were like, well, okay, we just came for the talk, but sure. And he was supposed to start at 7:30, and at 7:30 came around, and we thought, well, he just got busy, whatever, we'll catch him next time, or maybe we'll catch whatever. Well, his assistant, she comes running up the aisle, out the side door, up the aisle, and go, hey guys, come on, come with me. So we follow her. So we go down into the dressing room. The show was supposed to start at 7:30. We're back there. It was like 12, 15 minutes, whatever. And in that time, our seats were near the front. There were two of them, and there were two. And luckily, the lady sitting next to us, they were real hip. They were real kind. They knew who we were. I took a picture of the one lady's purse that had a typewriter on it.
That was cool. Yeah.
That was really cool. And like, she had a typewriter tattoo, and she was, dolled out in the, what do they call it? The old, anyway, she was very dolled out. She looked really good. Pinup. That's what they call it. They call it pinup.
Oh, right.
Right. So they're very nice. They're very nice women. And they were kind enough to keep our seats, and people would come along and go, oh, can we take those seats? And they'd go, no, these seats are taken. We had left our books and our jackets, whatever. And people go, well, if they're not here, we're going to take them. Well, no, they're backstage talking to Mr. Hank. So you're just going to have to, so they had to say this to like 15 people. So by the time he went on stage, and I really had a problem. I was chatting with him as we're walking up the stairs, and I almost walked on stage with him. Luckily, his assistant, she grabbed me and she goes, you can go that way if you want, but you probably want to go this way with me. So he hits the stage, and they told me in the audience, you saw him come on. Well, first the host came on, introduced him. He comes on, and then you see the curtain next to him move. And that's my big body hitting this curtain going, why is there a curtain in front of me? And again, I'm just listening to him. He's very hyperactive. It is true. He's extremely nice. But it was quite draining. I mean, it really wore me out. Those 15 minutes I think it was like 12 minutes, but it really wore me out. So lucky me. But we had great talks about him sharing his views on his typewriters. He was very excited. In his mind, we're the legends of Southern California, keeping machines going. That's how he introduced us to the host. So he's very kind, and again, I don't talk to him. I talk to his assistants, his people, Playtone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because there's no way I guess I could, he's fine with, he knows that I'll do a good job, that I know how he types, and I'll set up the machines for him, because he's very hard when he types. If you ever get a chance, watch it. So when I test his machines, I have to test them like this, and then I hand them to my 17-year-old and go, here, beat on this thing for a while, see if you can get it to break. Pretend you're, and my son knows, so he's tested all the machines. And I've been fortunate enough never have to, he's never returned one saying, oh, this one isn't right, or there's something. So I've been very lucky in the and because it's not just, it's tens and tens of machines. It's a lot of machines. And 9 times out of 10, if I'm on here working on a machine, it's one of his, right? I try to keep Sundays for his machines, because I know I can really focus and spend the time, and really have a good time with it. I think so then we pop, I apologize, let me get back to my story. We're in the dark theater, he goes on stage, and then we pop out the side door, and I mean, these are all older, well-to-do LA people, and we have to walk up the center aisle while he's on stage saying hello to everybody, and all their eyes were peering at us like, you effing jerks, he's late because of you. It was great. It was great. So it was, something that his assistant set up for us and made happen. And he was so excited she did. And that's really what I've learned a lot from his assistants. I mean, they're really good people. And he mentioned that in the talk, the symposium. He said the toughest women I could ever imagine in the world are in this business. And that includes his assistants. You know, they're all women. They're working extremely hard. They look very passive. They look very, but boy, they know how to get you to do what they need done for their boss, Mr. Tom Hanks, right?
Yeah.
So
did he even mention typewriters in his symposium, or did he talk just about his book and the life in the movies?
Yeah, he just made a quick mention about it. There wasn't any conversation about it. The host made a joke. You know, well, you probably did all this on a typewriter, because we were talking typewriters a few minutes ago. This host, I sent him a letter after the fact. I sent him an Instagram message and said, just a big thank you, because this host is like trying to collaborate with the man he's about to interview in front of several hundred people. And the man, Mr. Hanks, just wants to talk typewriters with these two nerds who walked in, right? So I really felt I felt bad for the guy. He was very professional about it. He was very, tell me about this, tell me about that. Hey, should we talk about World War II? And I think that was, Mr. Hanks told the story. You know, he's in front of me going, you know who was a hero of World War II? It was a guy with the flags bringing the boats in on D-Day, blah, blah, blah. There were X amount of them and only one of them survived. You know who that is? And I said, Rob Kuna. I said, well, he goes, and him and I at the same time look at each other and go, Captain Kangaroo. That's who Captain Kangaroo was.
Oh my gosh, really?
He was a war hero, exceptionally above any and ever beyond, you know, we could ever imagine. So, and that's why he always wore the long sleeves, because he had I mean, he doesn't have like arm tattoos like we know today. He had, you know, his Marine tattoos, right?
Yeah. Wow, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, and I forget his name, Rob Kunavar or something. I forget Captain Kangaroo's real name, but Tom knew it. And
but I know it too. It just popped out of my head.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And Hanks, obviously, he's a you know, he's really the historian, for lack of a better term, on that. I mean, I'm so glad nobody mentioned NASA, because I'm a real NASA nerd. And I mean, you know, he's written half the book on what we know about NASA.
Oh wow! So Tony Volpi also is a big NASA nerd, as you probably already know.
Oh yeah, Tony and I have known out for a long time.
I guess he talked. I mean, the host hardly had a chance to get a word in, because Tom he got started and it was total stream of consciousness, and he was talking about the before and after of the Vietnam vets that were in the makeup business and everything, as he's talking to everybody. And he was doing, you know, his cool voices and everything like that. And the stories, he talked about Robert Zemeckis and all these other stories. And one thing led to another, and the host hardly got a word in at all, because Tom would start talking about something, and then the host would, hey, and Tom would be about, wait a minute, let me tell you this. And he didn't stop talking the whole time.
That's right.
Which was lovely. Right.
And that's exactly how, and it will wear you out, because you'll think, do I add this in here? Do I direct? Well, wait a minute. My question really, my brain was moving so fast in front of him. And he just had 28 things he wanted to tell me. And
28?
Yeah, he was just this, and then that, and then this. Well, I need this, and can you do that? What about this? And
oh, right.
And yeah, forgive my salty language, but I had this problem with the machine the other day, and so I'm going to send that over to you. You know, like he was really, at one point he just shook the room with his theatrics, and I thought, well, first I thought, lucky me to be here, and then I thought, boy, my dad would be proud, and then I thought, I bet you somebody would pay $1 million to witness what I just witnessed. This is a talented man.
Was it sold out? Was the show sold out?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had it at one. It was listed to be at one place, and then their HVAC system went down, so they shifted it over to the Keller Opera House, which had another 200 seats. So they put more out.
Nice.
I actually got one for $5. because I'm a poor person. It's the Arts for All program. And because it was literary, it fell under the thing of $5. I got 2 tickets. We were the second row down from the very, 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 very top. And but it was still great. But when we went in, the whole outside, I think they must have still been letting people in because everybody was waiting in will call.
Yeah.
There had to be 200 people standing out there when we went in, and the show started pretty quickly after we got in.
Well, I think, and I want to say that the upper veranda was not sold out. So maybe my show was not. I remember looking back, and it was every seat was taken in the house, and everybody wanted our 2 seats. I think we were 6 or 8 rows back. We got there pretty early. I wanted to make sure the man's spittle was at least on my glasses, right? So, but you're right. I had in LA, maybe people aren't too excited to hear another actor talk or write or whatever.
Could be, yeah.
And the writings, mostly he talked about the writing strike and what that meant to him. And, he's a member of every writing creative guild that there is. And yes, he's on strike. And so I think and he explained it very simply. He said, you got to look at the pie. And it was the same when Bosom Buddies started. When Bosom Buddies started, VHS came out, and the writers wanted a piece of that pie because that pie is getting bigger with VHS. Now it's digital channels, right? Hulu, Netflix, whatever. And writers want a bigger piece because that pie has gotten a lot bigger. Yeah. So it made a lot of sense. So he said, yes, I'm very much on strike. Well, good for him. And there's been a lot of writers coming in from LA lately. Hey, I'm on strike. Can you service my typewriter? Well, I'm not really working. Sure, that'd be fine.
He must just roll with whatever. He must just roll the way it goes, because like speaking about different stuff all the way around from each time he does it.
I think it's hyperactivity. Maybe it's a bit of ADHD. I've got an uncle who's very similar. And it will wear you out because these people are so charismatic. They're so theatrical, and they can get so much done. They can get 8 hours of work only takes them 3.5 hours to do, where the rest of us are struggling hard to do 8 hours of whatever that may be. Right. So
he's definitely fascinating as far as actors go. And his knowledge.
Yeah. And writing. I really enjoy his writing. But you're right. The one thing I hope to tell him someday, I know that in my life, my son has always said, Dad, what's it like to own a house? And I'm like, oh, Tom Hanks movie. He's like, Dad, do you know a good gangster movie? Oh, Tom Hanks movie. Hey, Dad, what's the war like? Oh, Tom Hanks movie. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So, there you go.
Never been in jail?
Yeah, Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, The Uncommon Type.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was really good. I had to get it from the library, though.
Oh.
Well, and you weren't wrong about the event. The book was $32, and I spent $40 on each ticket, and I got a free book that was signed. So I think I got I think I won. I think I got away.
Yeah, I paid for the book. However, how do we know if he actually signed it? I brought it with me here. I started reading it last night. I'm looking at the signature. How do we know that that's actually his essence? Or does he have his assistant sign them? What do you think?
Well, I've worked on probably 20 machines that he signed, and we have to work around his signatures. I can tell you the book that I got is very much his signature.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know.
maybe I'll send you I'll take a picture and send a copy, and you can compare them. See.
There you go. No,
it's very unique.
I've had to work around his signature a lot, so. And that was a joke. Oh, I got a book with a signature. Oh, great. Another Tom Hanks signed something with Tom Hanks' signature in this house,
Oh, man. Gladiator, yes. Gladiator. Who's asking about Gladiator movies?
Yeah, there's talk of Gladiator movies in the comments, so.
He wasn't in Gladiator.
I don't think so.
I know people get like him and Michael McKean mixed up a lot. I've heard people say that, like, oh, weren't you in that McDonald's movies or Gung Ho movie? Or no, that was Michael McKean. That wasn't me. I've heard
who could play a young Tom Hanks is, what is his name? Jay Baruchel.
Oh.
When I was watching, I recently watched that mermaid movie, Splash. Hold on a second. I'm going to run out of power. And looking at him and seeing the way that he was, and Jay Baruchel, it's the same thing. He could play totally a young version of Tom Hanks.
That's funny. Well, I know in the movie he got a son. He got a son to play the younger version of himself. The new Auto movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. That might be tonight.
Yeah, yeah. His son plays him. Which son is it? Is it Truman? I think it's Truman. He's got 4 kids. I don't, you know.
Where does he have time?
I know. Huh?
Well, he makes the time, right? When you're right, when people are pulling you, you gotta make the time, and what does that mean? And we forget too. He's 60. Well, he'll be 67 in a few days, and he's extremely diabetic.
I didn't know that.
Oh yes. He's able to keep himself going by fuel. That's why I was saying at the last meeting, diabetes touches me the same way alcoholism or smoking might I watched diabetes eat my father up, and my father ended up dying at 66, from a heart attack brought on by the diabetes just squeezing his arteries to death. So I've got great feeling about it. So people like my dad were happy to know that people like Tom Hanks can be extremely diabetic. Yeah, Mr. Hanks doesn't have the ability to, his body won't regulate what he eats, so he just kind of has to eat for fuel, and then he'll go, and this isn't what he told me, this is public stuff he said on a podcast. His body, he'll go on 3 or 4 day fasts, just to remind his body to reset. So his relationship with food has to be completely different than yours or ours, right? And my father never got to that. My father was like, oh, my numbers are good. Yeah, let me stop at the donut shop. My father was a very large man by the end of it all. And that's what ate him up. And again, we all have different, a lot of my family, they really dislike that I smoke. Half my family smokes and the other half hates the fact that we smoke, right? So that's the other big thing. So we all have different relationships with different diseases, different things that can take over our bodies. And I think the more people like Tom Hanks reach out and go, hey, I'm human too. Hey, I have diabetes. This is how I enjoy it. He just did a podcast 4 or 5 months ago about it, and I stumbled upon it, and it was really good. It was really great to see how he'll take a bite of food and go, that's good. Blah, blah, blah. What are you showing off there, Dwayne?
I was trying to mimic Ted over here and put my tiki cup
on
the camera and see if it would work.
Oh, that's what that is.
It doesn't quite work as good as his.
Oh,
that's a good one. That's a good one. But yes, whatever the man does, people listen. He probably is the most well-known actor in the world as far as that goes. Obviously, to me, I just say my favorite customer because he gives me more business than any other customer. And I work very hard to make him happy, and I haven't gotten a bad result or bad, comment yet. It's thank you so much for your hard work, and thank you for what you do, and look what you did here. And he really likes to nerd out about the machines like the rest of us, right?
Yep. Oh wow, thanks. Yeah, I was just curious.
No, thanks for asking.
Over here we like joints, not cigarettes.
Bye everyone. Bye.
Bye, Daniel.
Bye, Danielle.
It was great. It was great to see everyone, and it was great to have the announcement. Thank you very much, Gregory.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, yeah, I'm the number right after you, I think.
Live long and
Excellent.
prosper.
All right. Well, it is that time. So thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
It was a terrific meeting, everybody. It really was.
Excellent. Thank you.
Bye. Didn't
Take
you
care,
say
bye.
not next week? You said not next week, right?
What?
Yeah.
Was it
Not next week? The week after next.
Okay.
That's
I'm
good.
celebrating
Wait a
my
fortnight.
anniversary next week.
Oh,
Okay.
have a good time, everyone.
Good for you, Gregory.
Happy
Thank you.
fortnight,
Gregory.
Bye-bye.
Good one, everybody.
Bye,
Thanks.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Gregory,
Bye-bye. Yes.
could you tell me what the announcement was? Because I joined after you said it.
Yeah. So our friends at Willow Creek Typewriter, Willow Creek Typewriters, they're having a virtual summer 2023 typewriter surf camp.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
it's going to be on Facebook, and you can. They put together a cool little kit that you can get on Facebook, and sorry, that you can get on their website. You do have to pay for it, but you get this T-shirt and some other goodies, and then they're gonna have like essentially virtual events on a Facebook group. So yeah,
that sounds really nice. Okay.
Yeah, very cool. But it was good
Thank
seeing you
you.
again, Mark. Bye
Great
bye.
seeing you too.